Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. Another day, another positive move for North American stock futures here. We're gapping to the upside once again to kick off another week. We had a very positive week last week. Obviously, the Dow was up more than 6% on the week last week alone. S&P 500, 4.5%. We had the NASDAQ up about 3.5% on the week last week, closing at a fresh record high for the first time since way back in February 19th to be exact. Individually this morning, all the stocks that stand to benefit the most from economies starting to reopen, once again leading the market higher. We have airlines to the upside, we have cruise lines to the upside, even the retailers showing a lot of strength so far this morning. Energy names also catching a bid this morning. When I sat down this morning, basically anything that had the word energy in its name was up double-digit percent gains this morning. So a nice look. Crude oil not really doing a lot this morning. It was actually negative when last I checked. The news surrounding OPEC extending production cuts through to the end of July. Lots to get to this morning. Welcome to a brand new trading week. It is Monday, June 8th, 2020. Trader TV Live starts now. And there we go. A look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Nice look here. Positive for the most part, right across the board. Pretty flat overall for Chinese markets. Shanghai did end up in negative territory. Everything else, though, nicely higher. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up so far throughout the European landscape. Yeah, pretty muted. We did have Italy up about 1% when I sat down, coming back to the downside. You can see France already gone negative. Let's have a look at North American stock futures here as we head towards the open. Still in positive territory, a little bit off the highs here. You can see right across the board, though. Nice look to start the new week. 1.11% there for Brazil, already open and trading for Monday. Crude oil, yeah, 1.8% to the downside so far. Gold also pretty muted so far. It was higher than that, but also coming back to the downside. Busy start to another week, guys. We have all things, I guess, economic related to the upside this morning, including some of these retailers, which is a little bit of an extension from last week. Travel companies, again, wow, these moves are getting pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the crazy move in energy. I think that's one of the biggest things to think about here. And then you have big moves over all of the airlines. You have movement all over the place. I mean, Macy's is making big moves to the upside. It was like Gap Up Central today, with a lot of these names coming off sort of rather heavily in the last 30 minutes going into this little open here. Even Hertz about to break $3. AL's going to 19 here. Spirit's coming back down to 24. So big time movement in a lot of names. A lot to get to today and a Monday, so it should be a fun and exciting week. We always try to do bigger and better, and the market just sort of keeps on obliging here, Sean.
Yeah, I'm already up pretty nicely here already. Look at this trade here already. We short AAL coming off this nice little move up here. We first short 1940, then we short again 1950, then we short again 1960, and we're cashing out, man. My best out down here, 1911. So it's already been a pretty big day. We still have half of this trade on, and the position now is short 1949, 49.9. So 1950, let's call it. Already cashed out down here, 1911, 1912. So big day already, but yeah, you're right. Even going to get bigger. Premier coming today again. Volatility halts at 12 o'clock. And then we're live to air with a special interview with Mindman CEO J.R. Ron again. He's going to be coming on at 1:30 this afternoon. So join us then. But yeah, like they both said, they're busy day to say the least. Let's go down AAL.
Yeah, all these airlines coming off a little bit here. Cruise lines, just noted, holding up a little bit better than the airlines at the moment. We have indeed, guys, just right now confirmed that, yeah, MindMed going to be joining us for a special live recording of an interview coming up this afternoon at 1:30. So make sure you check that out. Put that in your calendar. That's going to be exciting. Let's go over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello, everyone. Welcome to Trader TV Live. Guys, I wish you a great trading day, and we're as usual to make it even better. Please sign up for our watch list with the link I'm sending out on the chat. We send it out every morning for free. And of course, guys, please support with thumbs ups and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
All right, let's get going, guys. We have lots to cover here before the market gets open. Yeah, we saw AAL there coming back to the downside a little bit. As a group, though, airlines very strong once again this morning. That little one, Spirit Airlines, save among the strongest so far. We have UAL, Dow, Delta, obviously, Southwest, Love, all to the upside. Boeing, notably, also very strong once again today. We saw a very impressive move heading into the weekend on Friday for Boeing and the cruise lines, guys. So, I mean, Sean, we had AAL there already coming in a little bit. Some of these other ones, RCL and CCL, interesting looks to start the week as well.
I mean, yeah, look, everything is going to continue to be the same kind of story here. You got to trade some of the names that are in the news here. And, you know, we traded AAL on Friday and we had a monster short that got stopped out. Then we shorted it again and weren't able to win it. So, yeah, right now, guys, AAL, I mean, a lot of these stocks are just so super heated. We keep talking about that. You do have some upside here, $20 and change. If you're long this name, congratulations. It's up another 4% today. It was a hell of a lot higher, though, and this is what we're talking about. Look at this run here. This is the last 4 days. You start at $10, $11. I mean, even if you go back even to last week here, bottom 985, all the way up to 22, 23 on Friday. Obviously, that's a little high. And then today we come in with the same kind of balance. So let's just see what happens here. I like a 19 break. Obviously, that's going to be, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be happening. I hope it is, as I'm short right now. And yeah, I'm 3 times short here. So this is, you know, again, you believe in the trade, you go short here, goes against you, then bang, someone rips this thing right down. So we're going to wait to see. We still are short here. AAL, obviously, I mean, Neil, there's a whole bunch. CCL, Bo, I mean, you just named them all there, Brendan, but we got to look at them all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Spirit myself underneath 24.50 to 25 even. There's lots of key levels that you can play off of. Note here, Hertz just broke back below $3, so I'm going to take a shot at that one to the short side as well. A lot of stocks coming back in your Digital Ally. I just want to jump very quickly to this one because it is very, very wild action. They did price an offering this morning, so it's up 30%, but bouncing back. 380 seemed like a big time level to me. Started a small position here, but really starting to dig in the 30 range. I'd like to have a 50 price. Ideally, I think risking 10% is probably the better way to go here. So lots of things already moving this morning. You know, we're probably going to be looking at Carnival Cruise Lines. I'm in Spirit to the short side. Sean likes American Airlines. I think anything in that sector is good on those little pullbacks of Brendan.
All right, let's go to the energy sector here, guys. We had data out overnight in China showing that their monthly imports of crude oil hit all-time highs last month. We also had OPEC coming out over the weekend saying they're going to extend current production cuts through to the end of July. So yeah, basically anything with energy in its name is going to be up significantly today. I mean, I just brought up Oxy. I mean, some of them coming back a little bit here. Occidental still up 12.7%, but fading off of earlier highs. $25 hit on Oxy, guys, in the pre-market.
Yeah, I mean, energy was ridiculous. I mean, I saw Oxy making big moves. And then, you know, even Chesapeake was up 100% at one point. I'm basically on Oxy looking at 24 as a bit of a pivot point here. I think that could be a level. 26, 25 was big. If you go all the way back in the daily chart when this thing absolutely cratered, when things got nuts there in late February, early March, and the fact that we rejected that price and are coming back in, I do sort of like that. I do like that trade if it ever gets there on the week. But today, really, you're talking about that 24 even pivot. If it holds that below, I think we got ourselves an interesting short opportunity.
Okay, just noticing this here. We're going back to the upside on our boy AAL. So we'll try to short some of that one up here on the top. And then we'll also try to, we are right now not trying to, we are short Hertz right here, 304, 305. So actually our price is 305. Waiting to get some more short, waiting for this kind of break to the top side. But yeah, no, Oxy, I mean, XOM, another big name here. Those of you guys want to look at anything energy today, I mean, Brendan, Neil, Marathon, CVE, Apache, whatever, they're all here. And they're all fading back in, though, just a little bit here. OPEC, nice little cuts there, going to be holding them out through the summer. So we'll see here, $54, $55 maybe on XOM. This might be a good opportunity. Let's check in on our balance locator quickly. Yeah, and it looks like, again, you know, Merry Christmas to the longs, I guess. Hertz, CPE, that's another name we'll get to. A whole bunch, RIG, see here, CCL. Whiting is another name that we always talk about. I know a lot of our viewers trade that as well. Delta, WFC, even some of the finances coming through today as well. So yeah, we're going to see some big moves today, needless to say, and hopefully we'll have them here with you guys.
Yeah, just brought up crude oil here, guys. Yeah, you can see still negative on the day, even with all these moves in the individual stocks. So yeah, we're down 1.6% on crude oil so far. Interesting look. We'll shift over to the drug space here. Interesting news from Bloomberg out over the weekend. They reported that AstraZeneca contacted Gilead to discuss a possible combination of the two companies. The discussions apparently ended, though, with neither side really interested in continuing conversations. But we're coming in this morning. AstraZeneca, big move to the downside. Gilead, big move to the upside on these, I guess, quote unquote, rumors, guys.
If you look at Gilead stock over the last, sort of a month or so, I mean, the chop that this thing puts on is absolutely insane. You just talk about $72 up to this 81 even level, and then back and forth, back and forth. They did this on the way upside when it got to 90, and it's basically doing the same thing now. So it's a yawner unless it breaks 81 for me. Or look, anytime you got any chance to buy dips in the low to mid 70s, that's been a good trade. This is all just early speculation. I think that's why you're not seeing a gigantic move here. But a breakout through 81 does seem like a reasonable opportunity in Gilead. Pre-market volume's okay, 800,000 shares, so it's a little more active today. But if it doesn't break out of the range, you're probably looking to fade that at some point. So if I see Gilead and we're hanging around here, failure to break out the high, we get there off the open maybe and turn around. I think that's a shorting opportunity more than anything else.
Yep, exactly. I mean, look, there's so many different names that we could hit today, and I think Gilead, AstraZeneca, two big names as well that we're going to be on. I'm going to be also looking at Apple and whatnot, but yeah, GILD is normally a name that only moves when there's news. So today, obviously, that 4% little bump up here. I would say you got to wait to see if it takes out this 80 high, but for now, I'm going to stay away from both of these stocks. There's just so many other things moving here, including AAL back to $20. We are averaged in, just to give you guys an update here. We just did take a short here at 79 on this one, so we're averaging our average price now 62. So we'll wait to see what does happen here with AAL. Already cashed in quite nicely down here, but we still have an average price and not in trouble. We're giving back some of what we made. We're going to wait to see if it takes off 20 here, guys.
All right, guys, let's go to Apple. Sean, you mentioned it there. I want to talk about Apple here. They came out and announced they will soon offer interest-free monthly payments for Apple products. So you can buy, obviously, iPads, Macs, even the AirPod earphones on Apple Card. So anyone who has an Apple Card, they're going to give you interest-free monthly payments if you buy some of those or any of those products. So really not doing a heck of a lot as far as movement here on Apple. Disregard these wicks, obviously, but pretty flat to start, but decent volume.
Yeah, the thing about Apple is, I mean, I wrote down it's 331.75. So yeah, mind some of those wicks up here, but that is the all-time high. So 331.50 coming into play here. Look, Apple just continues to go. This is just another name that has such strong earning power, such strong staying power. They're such a huge brand, and yeah, needless to say, this recovery in Apple just seems to continue. And on Friday, you had to move up as well. Obviously, I mean, the market's just been ripping up side, and Apple, very few red candles in here, and it's just going to be strong again. We're bumping up here. We're at all-time highs right now, 331. We did touch it on Friday. Let's see if it breaks it again. We're through some of this garbage up here. So yeah, this is going to sound crazy, but I mean, 350, 360 by the end of the week, I don't think is out of the cards here for the beloved Apple. And yeah, just too many revenue streams here for many to compete with. So I love Apple going through the highs.
Yeah, you can't ignore markets at these highs, and some of these names here, are a different profile than others. And obviously, Apple, a strong name with a solid business here. And ultimately, I'm sort of with Sean there in terms of the bullish feel to this. I also feel like if the market comes back in, I don't know that Apple will be the first place that I'll jump to. I think there's way more overheated names which we can be sellers of. So upside play in the break in Apple. I'd look at some of the other sort of tech names which were out of favor, rotated out of last week to maybe be a little bit stronger.
All right, guys, let's go back over to the retail world. We were mentioning the end of last week. Some of the retailers were among the strongest in the overall market. Michaels specifically, we talked about Macy's quite frequently as well, but MIK here getting an upgrade today from JP Morgan, 29% to the upside. But again, this kind of a group move to the upside this morning once again for the overall retail group.
I don't want to completely ignore Michaels because the last time I did it was actually pretty good. The only thing I sat down and looked at was like, if it comes back in breaking 7, I think that's interesting. But a lot of stocks actually had that sort of gap up and slide back down in the pre-market. Michaels held. Maybe because of the no volume, 286,000 is basically nothing. So this one could be a rollover through 7 even on Michaels. That's about the only price I'm looking at here. So if I can get that after the market opens, I'd at least take a look at Michaels.
Yeah, I mean, 650 is there. I'm just watching AAL here because we do have a position on that one as well as Hertz. Looks like Hertz will probably get blown out at 325 here. But okay, Michaels, yeah, I mean, 650, there were some numbers down here all the way up. I mean, I can't believe some of these names. I know Michaels is big right now because of a lot of the at-home crafting that is going on. So I know that they're getting a lot of headway from that, but I thought they were basically bankrupt, and I thought that this could have been one of the claims here. I mean, going bankrupt is not a bad move. I mean, look at Hertz, but you can see down here $1.50, $1 back in those March days, and all the way up to 7. So this is 7 times here. So either we were way wrong when it was being priced down here, or it's way wrong up here. I'm going to go with up here. Michael's trajectory straight to the downside. I love everything you're talking about there, Neil. I love the short. Short through 7 makes a lot of sense. So yeah, if shorting is your cup of tea today, Michael's would be the green tea, because this is definitely something that I like to short here through $7. We'll have to make sure we have some shortable shares. I don't know if that's possible. Here comes AAL right back to the downside.
We do have Michaels, by the way. We have locations.
Oh, we don't need it. Okay, so AAL back to the downside. Our last trade on this one, of course, mind those wicks, was all the way up here at 1979. Our average price right here, guys, 1962. So we're going to watch American break through 50 here, hopefully.
All right, guys, let's go over to Hertz Global. You mentioned that there a couple of times, and I mean 2 or 3 different brokerages out this morning upping their current quarter forecast for Hertz Global, even with everything else that's going on with this name, up to about 900 million and change from 800 million and change as far as sales are concerned for HTZ. So yeah, we're kind of fading back off of this early bump up to 350 already, but nice little uptick just in the past couple of minutes here for Hertz, guys.
Yeah, I tried the first short below $3, stopped that one out pretty quickly, took another short here, working it basically in this sort of 325, seems like a top range, but that to about 305. However, you do have a 335 level. So this is an interesting one in that you got to give it some room here on Hertz. So kind of wish I'd gotten a little bit later as, the airlines are starting to come back in here. And I feel like that pop short I was a little more patient with and safe, and should have been more patient in Hertz here. If you got a price of 20 to 25, I think it's easier to give it to that 35 range as opposed to myself. I'll be staring probably 15s in the face at that point. So it'll really need to test 3 even or break that to be any good. That being said, we saw what happened last week. Those moves are definitely there. You just want to make sure you price yourself accordingly in something like a Hertz, guys. So for me, that 335 does look like the level, a little bit more so than 325. And there is some consolidation, so hopefully we can hold this right into the open, right around this 320 to 325 range, and we can get a few more shares.
I mean, look, this is clearly the problem here on Hertz. I'm short as well with you, so yeah, we are gonna get stopped out, I would think here, because look, 6 million shares. Sometimes it definitely affects the stock in the pre-market, and it's definitely doing that right here as Hertz right now going to blow through 325. It looks like 6 million plus shares on the imbalance locator. CCL, we'll talk about that too, but that's 2 million shares. And look at this. Here we go, guys. This is what's happened here. We shorted through $3. We actually did have a little bit of a winner at one point here. Actually, we didn't short through 3. Shorted as it was coming back up, but now it looks like I'm going to get stopped out here a little bit as it should trigger through 320. There we go, through 325. So we do get out of some shares there. That's a big loser there. So we'll put right now Hertz into the gates of hell. But believe me, we will be back on this name. We still are a little bit short, but we did get stopped out of the majority of the shares there. We're going to wait to see what it does off the open, but I do want to short this name for sure.
All right, guys, I think we need to talk about Luckin Coffee once again. Obviously, no additional news when it comes to Luckin Coffee this morning. However, 10 million shares already, 11 million shares already in the pre-market. We are now down 10%. Or approaching 10% here after being up significantly when I came in this morning. So 620 up here. We're down to $5 on Luckin. Huge volume once again today.
Yeah, I feel like I should have been beaten up on this one to the short side, but volume is one of the stories we can't say enough about. And if you were following along last week, at the end of the week, volumes are way, way up, especially in some of these bigger movers here and these low price stocks. And Luckin is exactly the same thing. I do have this sort of post-market level here at 530 as an interesting level. We just bounced back there before falling back down. So I think you're probably taking at least a shot short in front with a reversal long at 530 on a Luckin Coffee. Maybe give it a couple of cents there, maybe to 535 before you like that kind of a break. Either way, I will be looking at this one very heavily at that price. A 5 even break already came and gone.
Oh my God.
And it's looking to put in a bit of a bottom here as well. So a little bit of a double bottom, 490, 470, and then a higher bottom, I guess that would be. So Luckin Coffee for me, 530-ish break to the upside. Otherwise, I think you're shorting in front of that price.
75 for. I mean, I wrote down 550, and like Neil said, though, been talking about other names here. 550 would have been the great short, and I mean that's what we wrote down, but it doesn't really matter. It's at the bottom there. My fingers is see 550. Doesn't matter. But anyways, that was the short that we should have had. Like we just mentioned, we've been shorting other things and getting blown out. So we'll wait to see. Right now, I'm short AAL and I'm short Hertz. AAL is a nice winner. But Luckin right here, 550. Neil's right. 530. I mean, that's an obvious level. So we'll wait for that. That could come here in the pre-market right now. So we'll wait to see 530 comes through. What time is it? 9:21. Other than that, man, 475 on the downside. We'll short that, and we'll see if we can't get a little bit of a winner. Shorting Luckin through 475 might happen very soon, guys.
All right, guys, let's go to some of the small caps that are moving around in the pre-market this morning. One of them, Digital Alley, big mover from last week, obviously. There's Digital Alley, there's VISL, which is Vislink Technology. They make the body cams for law enforcement, also some two-way radio type equipment for law enforcement as well, obviously in the news or has been in the news over the past couple of weeks. So DGLY, Neil mentioned the offering this morning, gave you the 4 break to the downside. We're kind of grinding back to the upside already here on DGLY. You can have a look at VISL as well, guys.
Of those two, DGLY is definitely going to be the bigger mover. And Sean, like I just mentioned about Hertz here, I'm going to give this one some room. Should have been way more patient with it. I think a short in the probably like 40 to 50 range would have been a lot better. I'm sitting here with a 336 price, looking at 380 as a top. And really, that's why you need 350 is your short price. So we'll see what happens here off of the open. I would like the structure to be short in around this price. My price actually works out to the bottom end of this range. So 380 is going to be the stop out point. You sort of get burned by some of these. They've been so good, and when a strategy is so good for you over the last month or two, when it does not work, it could get pretty ugly here. But this has been a good trade, shorting pops around this time on those share offerings. And just to go back to VISL, if some of you guys are interested in that name, it's basically flattish on the session. This is the reason why I'm not really paying much attention to it. However, I would look at $1 and simply say that there is an opportunity to look at that buck, and if it holds here off the open, take a 115 break to the upside with a $1 stop. And I think at that point, it's a fantastic risk to reward. So I'm not looking at the short on VISL. I'm already shorting Digital Ally there, and I think you break that one long at 115 with a 1 even stop. That's a much more reasonable trade than trying to short it when it's not moving here.
Short GNU. Oh, yeah, that was another name we didn't look at. I don't know if anyone's going to talk about this right now, but Genius Brands, again, 4.35 million shares. Those of you looking at this one, why not? Genius Brands again up here. We shorted it last week at about these prices. This may be something to look at once again. Genius Brands, 4.5 million shares. We'll be looking at this, guys, so don't worry. But right now, Genius Brands on the look right here.
Yeah, that was a great trade to the downside. Finally gave you that kind of first red day type of move, that GNUS on Friday. Here's another one to look at today, guys. Supercom, SPCB. Great name, 90%. They're slightly different, but in the same kind of alley as the Digital Alley, the VISL, in that law enforcement type category. So big gap up this morning on that. This is 120 down here. This is where we were trading at going back a few weeks in the past. So we're up here at 270, and then above that, you got to look at $3. So it's 270 to $3. Already gave you a bit of a flush here, just kind of working into something, fading back up on Supercom, guys.
Yeah, Supercom. I do have that one on my list, SCPB, but just too many names that were already involved into the short side to jump into that one. I do want to update because we have about 5 minutes to go here, so it's important to see what we're working with, what the plan is going to be. Spirit Airlines, for me, 25 even is going to be the stop out point. We're short basically in the middle here, 24.50. I have taken a little bit of profit, and the reason why I took some down here at 24 quarter, you do have a bit of a wall at 24 even here with the the market sort of holding up. So if these can't come through 24 even, this can't come through 24 even, if we don't get the fall through to the downside, I want to make sure I'm taking some profit off for that little scalp type win, just in case we get that run through 25. But on save, it's a hard stop. You might look at some other stocks here and have an area stop and not want to put a stop order in. But on Spirit, we'll go with a hard stop, and that's at 25 even for me. So that one we have to the short side. We already talked about Hertz. Luckin Coffee, I feel, is one that we're going to have to be involved in. I might not have a trade pre-market, but I want to get to Chesapeake just briefly here. It was up 100% at one point in the pre-market. Got up to $50 here, of course. You guys will remember the reverse split back to the upside, so not really $50 stock here. But a couple of big levels for us here. One, pivot at 40.50. Watch that to the upside. Could blow out some of these, some of the shorts that have been on the way down here. The other level is right at 37 even. Expensive to pay to short today. Sometimes that means it's really good when it does come in. So Chesapeake should be on the radar today. Watch 40.50. Watch 37 even.
Yeah, Chesapeake, good name there, and I think we need to pay for shorts on that one. I'm just going to give you guys one other quick little update. My title's too big here. Back. Zoom, why not? Zoom here, 209, had a problem breaking that on Friday. What day is it today? Monday. On Friday. So we'll wait to see if Zoom wants to take out 209, and if it does, we'll go long. But yeah, just an update as well. We're getting screwed pretty badly right now on Hertz, as that one just keeps on going up. I mean, it's right at that 335 that Neil's been talking about, so we don't really need to go into that one too much. And then AAL, guys, with only 3 minutes to go. This is right where we're short. So we've already cashed in a lot on this initial short here, and now we're just short a little bit more of AAL up here at 1979 was our last price. So we're going to wait to see here. Our average price, 1962 or so. And yeah. So right now that's 17 pennies out. And of course, there, I guess, Neil, that's the stop out point there. We'll wait to see what happens now. I'm
going to drop this one because I never get to do it. And it's like the creepiest thing ever. A, that has hair, and B, doesn't look like me. But we'll puke it off there for Hertz. 335 was the stop. Again, price should have been maybe in the 20 range, not where we had it about 13, 14 as an average price. So that's one of those, you got to get a better price there to make sure you have the right structure in the trade. DGLY starting to come off a little bit, so that short is working out for us. Brennan, what do you got, buddy?
Yeah, real quick, guys, a couple of minutes to go here. Just wanted to announce we have now confirmed J.R. Ron, CEO of MindMed, going to join us at 1:45 this afternoon. We had to push it back 15 minutes to accommodate his schedule. But yeah, J.R. Ron coming on 1:45 with us this afternoon from MindMed, listed on the NEO exchange here in Toronto. Have a look at MMED, guys.
That's the other thing. We've had him on before. Great guest. Kevin O'Leary, also an investor in that name. So what's up to Kevin and to JR? We'll see you guys. Well, we'll see JR today at 1:45. Thanks for the update on that one. We also have our premiere coming as well at 12 o'clock on volatility halts. And right now, a little volatile is Hertz as it's still going. I took some more 38s there. I'm still in this. I guess I'm waiting for 350 to break so I can lose even more money. So we'll wait to see on this one. Hertz. Wow. Next time, guys, understand the risk that's involved here. We just looked at it was 5 million, 7 million now on this buy and balance. So yeah, the market just continues, even though the market here, actually, as I say, the market falling here, but these markets for some of these travel stocks and economy reopening stocks seem to be booming like crazy, including my AAL right now. We're going to wait to see if that one wants to take out the top here of $20 and 15 or 20.25 or so. This happened to me on Friday, so it feels like deja vu all over again. We were shorting things, and I think we got it right. Just the wrong names today, as AAL, guys, continues to rip people's faces off, including my own, up all the way up to 20. So we're 40 pennies out. It's not the end of the world, but not a good trade right now on AAL, guys.
Yeah, watching Boeing here, which is holding up, basically sideways action in the pre-market. It did slide to 220 here, but we are seeing the ES come down about 10 handles into the open towards 3,200. You're not seeing any of these high flyer names really come back very heavily. So Boeing, through 223 looks like a bit of a level, but I'm more interested to see if it takes a spike and a run at 225. Oh mercy! Like, it's one of those we're already sort of been blown off shorting Hertz in the morning. But if Boeing breaks 225 off the open and fails through that price, man, I'm going to be trying that one to the short side if it bounces up there and comes back in. So Spirit, I do have short here at 60, 57 or so. That's a 25 even stop. And Digital Ally, of course, with the share offering, we're shorting that one as well in front of 380. I think that's going to be the play here. But I believe we have Valeria on the bell. So the open is coming on this Monday. She's ready to rock and roll. There is the wave. I will drop it. on Blue Monday, and I only say that because we're all wearing blue. I guess we all got that memo. So 7, 6,
this market's
5,
tanking here, guys.
4, 3, 2, 1, and here comes the open. Yeah, this market is tanking, Sean, and I'm sitting here in my shorts not going anywhere, but I'm watching Boeing right here off the open. I'd love to see us fail almost immediately. So, I don't know, 221, 220, both levels you can look at here. I was hoping it would be a pop, and I could short that pop. Not sure that's going to be the play here, but a little bit of a failure coming in hurts as well here, coming back down. So I might jump back into that one.
1952 here or so. We'll put some shares here on AAL. Yeah, this one's coming back in just a little bit, but not really. We're going to wait to see what this wants to do. Very violent name to start the day. Hertz, we take a nice little average up here, 38. So no surprise, this is dropping down after the market on open and balance is gone. So hurt me, Hertz. Let's go. Get to the downside here. We are short 22s right now. So everything turning up a little bit. Let's see if we get out at 17s. I magically put a bid there, and there it is. So nice little win there. So we
whoa. Spirit and Boeing heading to the downside. So Spirit just headed towards 24 even. So the shorts in the airlines look like they're going to be the play here right off of the open, guys. Just able to get some out there at 24. Now it's breaking 24 even. So we got a 70-cent win there, a 50-cent win, and we got 24.70 to the short side. Looking for even more than that. I got back into Hertz here at 328, and here comes Hertz to the downside. So we get out, we get back in, essentially the same price we got out. Now they're all headed to the downside. So it is what it is. I guess we have an idea. We just timed it poorly. Thankfully, we're able to get back into some of these, and the shorts are starting to come in here pretty heavily.
Yeah, to say the least here, we are pretty big now, thank God. Hertz, like I said, we only got out about half, and then we averaged in, so a very similar trade plan as to Neil there as well. Okay, so here goes AAL. We were able to get some out. I don't know why my chart doesn't show good on AAL. We got some out at 1950. Those of you that watch me know that's how I trade. I get out at the evens or so we'll wait to see on that one. I do have some bids in the 40s. We'll see if that one wants to come back down. That's AAL, but right now Hertz is the story. I'm bidding 10s here. Let's see if we can't get some out. We're short 28 right now on Hertz, so big trade coming here. I can't get 10s. Let's wait to see if we can get more and more and more. Apple moving as well, but right now, yes, American, there it is. Nice little spike down. We get that 40. Let's go, 30s, 30s, 30s. Right now, American, big short, guys. We're short 67 on this name.
Brennan, what do you got, bud?
Oasis Energy, guys, if you're looking for a little one in the energy group here, 175, 180 up here, a little bit of resistance, but this was a monster opening print here. 5 million shares on OAS, little tiny energy company. Guys.
I'm now looking to short a pop here in Boeing. Boeing just bounced off this little pre-market level here at 220. I'm going to take a first shot, maybe 223.5 or so on the way back up to short. Again, we like the short here. Save is in the money for us. Just bounced off 24 again, so I will take some more shares out on Spirit Airlines if we get an opportunity through 24, 60, or 70. I'll take that same price one more time, but taking a shot here in Boeing, just sort of in front of this level, 223 even first step. I said 225. I do like that a little bit better. If it gets there, we'll probably dig in one more time, guys.
Okay, yeah, I'm just letting you guys know, yeah, my Unity doesn't seem to be working for some reason. Okay, here we go. AAL downside, Hertz downside. These are the only two trades we have on right now. We missed our 10s. Can you believe that or not? We were sitting there at 10 on Hertz, and we missed that name. So, yeah, not a good one on that one. Okay, AAL, though, look at this out. Beautiful trade there, 1925. Once again, guys, we get traded at those levels now, 1950, 1925. We'll wait down here for 19. Let's keep it coming to the downside here on AAL. Obviously, we'll check out Luck and Coffee here. Looks like we missed that trade as it gets halted. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what happened.
I'm not going to floss it off for Luckin because we missed it, but I'm going to floss it off. Boeing in the money at $1.30 here, but Spirit back below 224. We're in the money $1 on Spirit Airlines, actually 80 cents, 90 cents actually. So nice move there. I did reload on Hertz as well to the short side. But Boeing, really, this story, very, very tight range. I really need to zoom in so you can see. I do like a shot to get back down to 22 even, but it's holding up rather well in this market, bouncing just a little bit. So watch out, take some profits in some of these shorts. I'm going to go ahead and do that on Spirit. Probably haven't been getting out aggressively enough in front of that 24 even, but Boeing looking to make this slide down. I do like to see if we can break 220 again and then go along for the ride to the downside. Got out too early on the long on Friday. Don't want to make the same mistake with the short here.
Yeah, 219.25 is the bottom of Boeing. I like that one for sure. So 219.25 bottom there, Boeing. Good little look. And yeah, I'm just trying to find some more here. AAL going to the down upside now again. So we are short that name. I'm putting some bids here in the 50s. There we go. Just got out some 57s. We're short 72s right now. Here's the trade, my position board. I'll update it for you guys right now. It's the same two that we've been working with the whole day. I can't talk about this too long. Oh, come on. Where's my position board? Here we go. Start it up. There it is. I think we're both hitting it, guys. 1972 short AAL. Right now, that's 25 pennies in the money, and Hertz is 10 pennies. But let's just keep going. Apple's not coming in for me right now. No hits on Apple, and no hits on Zoom yet either, guys.
Yeah, and I'm hanging on for dear life here, bringing the disco ball action. We just got more shares out in Spirit again at the bottom, 23.80. You guys keep doing this to me, and I keep making the same mistake. It's ridiculous. How I can fall for the same thing over and over again, I don't know. But at least in the money deep on Spirit, 24.71 short. Just took some more shares out there, both at 93, then on the way back up at 24.13. Boeing was in the money 270, but now just snapped back. About $1.50 in the money, so we're still hanging on to that one. Brendan, what do you got for us, buddy?
Market a little bit weak here, guys, to start, but Twitter not so much. Look at Twitter, just broke 36 there. Took out the high from Friday's session as well. Nice look for Twitter so far, guys.
Okay, here comes Hertz, guys, right back to 310. Give me that 310. Yes, and there it is. Bang, that one out. So, yeah, today, guys, we are on fire. Nice little trade here on Hertz. Too bad, like we mentioned, though, we got stopped out early out of half. Where was it? Right here, 26, 27. But look what we did. Reload 33, reload 38, get some outs now, 10 to the downside. So some nice trading happening right now on that name. As well as AAL. Let's see if this one can't tank like it did on Friday. So my only bids I have left out here, small bids in the 20s and small bids in the teens. And then we'll see if this one takes out 19 to the downside. So that is that name, AAL. And we'll look to Apple one more time. 330. I was looking for a 331 break. As you can see, the future's all the way back. Not sure what's happening here with Apple, why we went down to 329 here. But we're going to wait to see if it wants to break through 380 right now. Wow, big winners, guys. Hertz breaks 310. We talked about that one, but I guess what's increasing the net is this AAL. 1939 right now, guys. Let's hope for a little bit of a flush out on this name.
Yeah, absolutely. And going to go back to Spirit. That's the name that we're still in, along with Hertz and along with Boeing. The airlines coming to the downside, but now we're breaking through that low. So we're going to get it right here. It's going to be that dollar win. And once we get 23.70 break, and we're going to hang on for dear life for more shares, guys. So pull back to 24.30. I think we'd get back to the more short. But we just took it out, low of the day. We're coming off pretty heavily here, guys. The shorts are working out. Brendan, what do you got for us, buddy?
Tesla, guys, volume across the board heightened today, worth mentioning. Tesla specifically, 5.5 times relative volume at this point this morning. We just broke 930, up 5% on Tesla, guys.
Oh, wow. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm long that name, so that's a good one for me for sure. WFC right now, 32.60. Waiting to see that one break. We're up quite a large amount here on WFC the last couple of days. We talked about that one. So we're going to see if that one wants to break the bottom here and then give a little bit back. If the market falls down, WFC will surely be that. Wow, there we go. AAL, bang! Finally, thank you. I hope you guys hit this one with me today. We gave up on the short early on Friday, and that's when we turned our frown upside down and started crying a little bit. But today we get it. Look at that out again down here, 19.15. Wow. Before now it's just ripping upside. We get that print there. So now we have about a third of our total position left on this name. Hertz, man, we get out at that 10. Thank God. We celebrate for that. Now we'll wait to see if that one wants to come down. Hertz ripping back up here, guys. We're only short 335. So this name hasn't been great for us today. It could have been a lot better if we just got all of them out down here. But we are short 335 on Hertz. So we still got that name short, and we all still have AAL short as well, but should have got some more out there in the teens. I think I'll put another bid down there.
Yeah, and getting greedy on Boeing, and Boeing breaks to the upside, believe it or not. So Boeing comes all the way down. I wanted more than a $3 winner here, but it breaks to the upside. It's one of those where I reverse to the long. And again, the reason I'm not gonna do anything more than sort of scalp the long out is, remember, 225 is a level as well on Boeing. So 225 was that second stop that we wanted to see if we could short off of as well. So when we reverse to the long side on a 223 break, we'll quickly take profit out and then try to jump back in if it does fail at 225. So sort of salvage something from that one trade. You get a little greedy down here, and I still believe in the short opportunity, but we certainly could have had a big win, $3 or so. If you wanted to scalp on the trade, fair enough. I've been looking for a little bit bigger on Boeing, but here comes 225. If we break it and snap right back down, I'm going to be back into the short here, guys. But I want to see if it manages to hold above. If it holds above, I'm going to start looking for structured long trades despite the market rolling over just a little bit here, guys. So 225, key level, battle forming right now in Boeing.
Okay, yeah, well then if there's a battle over there, then we need to get over there. So right now, just to give you guys an update here, we did go long, of course, Apple. Okay, bad wick trigger out there. What a joke. But yeah, okay, so we're long Apple still. No problem. We're just not long enough. We put an order to get out down here, but obviously you see what happened there on that trigger side upside. So long Apple right now. Bang that winner out. We're long at 331 there. Went up to 331.40, but we did get triggered out. So we're gonna have to change up our stops here on Apple because again, all of these wicks just keep getting us out of our position. So Apple right here, 330 right here, looking at 331 is where we're long. I'm gonna give it all the way down here till about 330 and change before we decide what to do with that one. Hertz. Rips upside again. So 350, staring that in the face again. That's been the day high here. Good thing we're out of the majority.
Hey, Sean, I just jumped in front of 350 and again, should have had a price of 44, 45. My price ends up being 41. A little bit too early, but I'm watching Boeing rolling down here, guys. So above 25 and then snapping back down in. You can sort of use high of day if you want to. I'm going to go with about 225 mid, 225.50 as a stop. Instead, I'd take a shot shorting this one again if it broke 225 and then came back in. So for me, we jump back into the short trade in Boeing. Let's see how far it can go. Probably 222. I think I won't get too greedy here. If I get to $2 or $3 at that point, this time I'd take it off.
Yeah, probably a good move on that one. We'll wait for Boeing to see what that does in AAL, all the way back to the upside as well. So yeah, we're gonna have to double check what's going on here. A bunch of good outs, man. AAL is already a big stock for us. So we had that idea of holding on to this short, and yeah, that paid off big time. We did not get out this time. Our outs were up here above $20.15 or so. So that's paying off on that hold. But yeah, guys, welcome to the show. Subscribe, like. We do have a premiere coming today on volatility halts. So we have one right now on Luckin, I believe. We'll wait to see when that one comes open again. Oh, it did open, I guess, or did it? I don't know. Faded back down here, 450. No, it doesn't look like that's open. 935. No. So Luckin should
watch out for your stops there. Just had to manually get out of Hertz, so we'll flush down the toilet there. Stop didn't go through. But someone just asked if Michaels, if I got short. Yeah, I did. It's a sleepy trade. It's done some volume, just not a heck of a lot. So we broke down. I got 98s. I'll probably see if we can't add to something here in front of about 715, 720. So look, Michaels, again, it's not the most active of names that you're going to find around here. Whoa, Boeing to the upside, guys. Boeing just broke. So like, look, you can't beat them. You got to join them. I'm going to be looking for some long trades now. Boeing, you got to give up the ghost on these short trade guys.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I can't hear anything, but I guess it's Brendan time. What up, Brendan?
Yeah, let's go over to California Resources, guys. Another teeny tiny little energy company up 38%. Finally, gave you a little bit of a failure here at $3 and $3 even. Coming back up to 280 here. See if we can't get a retest and possible short. Some of the energy names, guys, starting to come back in a little bit.
Some of the energy names.
So speaking of those energy names coming back in, good bounce right here on Occidental at 22. You're seeing overall the market is relatively steady at the top here, 3,200 on the ES. But you are seeing a nice little bounce after what was over a 15% reduction from the pre-market top here. But I do want to get away from Oxy for just a split second. If it can hold 23.50, you might want to consider reshorting that, but it looks like a breakup opportunity there. CCL is looking like it should be something forming a bit of a trade for us here. But before I do that, I want to put the position board on for you guys so you can see what I'm working with right now. We reversed into the long. If you can't beat them, join them. In Boeing here, 225 broke. We didn't get this one till 226.60, unfortunately. I also have that Michaels short trade. It's looking like it wants to take the top off. 740 is the pre-market high. Again, I haven't even looked at a second entry into that one yet. And of course, we do have Spirit Airlines. We have 2470 left. That's coming back in, so I'm not going to reload. We've already taken our profit there. Hertz is approaching $4. So thank goodness we got out in that 350 break, guys.
Yeah, you want to talk about joining them? Yeah, I went long. So finally, 355, we go long down here on Hertz, and look where we're getting out. So just in case you guys wanted to know, the reds are our sells. So that means we're long in a position, and we've sold it out. These purples are short sells. So, you know, we shorted, we gave that one last try at 45 there, blows out, we get long, and then now we're breaking to the upside. So now we turn Hertz again. Hertz was a pretty good stock for us. We were short here, 335, got out here, 310, 315. 15, held a little bit, average. Now we bump up to the upside here. Nothing can stop it. It's all the way up. So there you go. Apple right now as well. Nice little average in rate down here, 330.60. Again, sorry about the chart here. We chart D prints. Unfortunately, those are the dark pools, so we'll have to clear those up. But 330.60 right now, that's our last long. We'll see if it can take out the high of the day. I'm pretty very bearish here on Apple as well. But WFC does not look like that short came in at all. So good thing we didn't have to get that one, through the other way. 330.50. I'd still want to short some of these names though, including you, WFC. So let's wait to find a good name. Oh, Luckin back open now. My price we wrote down, we just talked about that earlier, was 550. We've missed that one. So let's wait to see what it does now on the downside. Luckin back open and retesting this bottom of 380, guys. I guess this is bankrupt after all.
I'm using that 450 as a bit of an area here. If it breaks back above that halt price, it could look pretty good. Otherwise, you got to at least take a shot shorting in front of it. Boeing now in the money, a couple of dollars, finally going to the long side here. I'm going to think about scalping in and out of this one. We didn't take profit on the short trade. We ended up regretting it. So we'll do that in the long. Brennan, what do you got, bud?
Guys, some of these little tiny mortgage investment realty trusts going again today. Look at this MITT, 50%. We've traded this one on the show before. $5, a bit of a pivot in the pre-market. Just got taken out. Huge volume behind this move as well, guys.
All right. $20.
MITT, guys. We're going to have a look at that one, but too many names to look at the same time could have you run into some trouble. I'm now focused a little bit on Luckin Coffee as it's approaching that 450 mark that we literally mentioned a couple of seconds ago. So it could be a break up through that price. Watch out for halts on this stock, further ones. And speaking of volatility and volatility halts, make sure you tune in. We're premiering that video at noon right after the end of the show here. So watch out, Luckin Coffee looking like it wants to possibly halts to the upside now as I'm watching it struggle to that 450 mark, guys. So if this halts at the top, watch for it opening up above that price and then maybe breaking back out. So there it is, a volatility halt again on Luckin Coffee, this time to the upside. 450 was a halt price down. It just halted at 445. I'm looking to see if it holds above or below, and I'll probably enter either direction. If it opens above 450, maybe we'll take a long trade looking at a move into 520. If we can get some kind of a short, however, in the 4 to 420 range and it holds below, gives you a natural stop at 450. Either way, got to have a plan of action. You got 5 minutes to figure it out. So we'll jump back to Luckin when that does reopen. Right now, just waiting 5 minutes or so. And we're going to go back to one name that we got away from because it was a blowout, and that's that Hertz trade.
Yeah.
But now coming back in to 350. So this one's all over the map here. The only good short was basically off the open when you had this sort of 330, 335 getting out in front of 3 even. And now we're staring in the face of support at 340 to 350. So that would be a stop if you're going to go for the long trade. I'm going to step away from it and see if it does some consolidation that I can get dig my teeth into a little bit here. No need to rush that trade. I think the more structured trades have been better. And sort of jumping in a little bit too hastily will get you some trouble this morning. Brennan, what do you got, bud?
A lot of these little tiny energy companies, guys, looking very similar. QEP Resources here, 39% as well. Just right now about to take out the highs here, 250. There's a bit of an offer there, but another one doing significant volume, guys.
Okay, yeah, just trying to fix my, I heard you there, but not in my ear. So we'll wait to see here. Okay, we did go averaged in here on Apple as well. We'll talk about that in a minute. But on AAL right here, so we're short backside. We got some bids down here in the 70s. Our average price now 82. So right here on American. So we have that one. And just a little update here on Apple. That's coming to the downside. So we'll have to watch out now. It's basically bouncing off this 330. I was trying to give it down here to 329 and change. Look at this big tank down here. I mean, it's not big, it just looks like that on the futures. So you got to watch out. When you're trading big names like Apple or sort of high beta names, you watch out for this little move down here in the futures. We're going to wait to see what Apple does. I still think it takes out its 52-week high, so we got to look at 331.50 coming soon. Hopefully, our average price on Apple, 330.70. AAL is 1982. We just talked about that. And our Hertz, yeah, I mean, Neil, needless to say, this name all the way up here, we basically get out break even there. We're going to wait for 335 or so. If we can get through this kind of garbage, then maybe we'll go back short. But right now, this name not really trading very well, needless to say. 65 million shares. So if you like the volume, it's here for Hertz. But I don't really like the price action. I don't know. We got to clear I almost think we got to get back down here, 308, before it even makes any sense for me to do anything. So we'll wait to see on Hertz for that one, guys.
Yeah, I'm consolidating some things here. I got out break even there on the last Boeing trade, and I'm going to go back over to Spirit Airlines, which has been basically the consistent winner for me this morning. And it's the reason why I'm going to consolidate Boeing is I mentioned getting back into some Spirit if it gave you 24.50 or 24.40, somewhere in this range. And then, of course, it bounces up there, comes back down to 24 even. So there's a 40-50 cent scalp. When I'm net short, I should be back in, and it's over trading this morning, which is causing me to miss the best stock I've had this morning, while overtrade the ones that haven't been as good, like your Hertz and Boeing as well. So, I'm going to dig back into Spirit here, see if we can't figure out these airlines a little better. It's just so clear here. You get this nice little top area. We're shorting at 24.70. It flushes into 24 even. There's a pullback, which we called the 24.50. I'm not getting anything. So I'm going to move my stop from the high end at 25. Stop's now going to be at 24.50, reloading in front of it, looking for a retest of that bottom on Spirit Airlines here, guys. So we're going to jump into a more structured trade here because it's been our top name.
Okay, I'm still trying to find out what I'm trying to do with Apple here. We may take one more and then wait for 329.50 or so to break. And if that does break, then we'll probably get out. But right now, yeah, still looking at Hertz. And then we have Apple. So Apple on board. That's not Apple. Apple right here, 329.80 right here, trying to get this to break down through the downside here, 329.50, 60. Looks like that is going to happen right now, but 329.65, 66 looks like it's going to break. What's up, Brendan?
Even the driller's starting to go, guys. XOG here, a little oil and gas driller, 165% just halted to the upside on a volatility halt here as it broke through $1, guys.
Yeah, and speaking of volatility halts, Luckin has yet to open up, but that should be in about 30 seconds or so. It'll be 5 minutes. So I am looking to see where we go, north or south of that 450 mark. That little 5-cent window, 445, 450, between the previous halt price to the downside and this halt back to the upside. We saw it do this on Friday with 50-cent moves and then halts again, and it was a good trade to be able to fade. So you do want to watch these ranges. Above this, the next level is 525, 530. Certainly, if you're shorting, that's got to be an out for you there. Also, a good long target would be that price, 520. But there it goes. We open up for now higher than 450. Not convincingly, however. We're opening right here at 452, 455. Not much of a big-time move. I wanted to see it gap away from the halt price, which is a good sign for the short. So I am going to see if we can't take one shot here, but again, not holding at any definitive level above and below. And now a big buyer at 445 on the level 2. I'm now looking at 525, 530. Nothing to see here on Hertz yet. Or sorry, Luckin yet.
Yeah, I was going to say Luckin. Yeah, Luckin's the one talking about right here. Yeah, nice little out there. We'll hit it a little bit here for a punch AAL. So far, we've been focused on it because it was a big mover there on Friday, and we've been trading this short side. So we are going to wait again. I'm going to try to put another bid here in the 70s, see if we can't get out. Look, if we break down below 60 or so, and just to give you guys an update, if you want to, Rob or Lucas, whoever's over there. Yeah, there we go. Different charting here, hot lists, 12-minute, 3-minute, 1-minute, the market, dailies, things like that. So Neil and I, of course, not just looking at random things here. We're trying to find out different stocks, different time frames. We are trading here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So we'll hit our little, where's our Canadian flag? I think I like that one. There it is. Oh, Canada. So here we go. We are trading here in Eastern time zone. So welcome to the jungle as well. If there's any names you guys want us to trade, man, we'll be here trading them with you and for you. So drop them in the chat. We can find out about that Whiting Petroleum here. We'll take a look. Look at, I mean, there's another out there on AAL, by the way, 1975 as it continues to rip upside. Just to give you guys a shout, $20.15 or 16 cents. We'll get out. It's going to be a positive stock no matter what AAL, but it is just hovering around the top side here. Let's check out Whiting quickly before we go back just to see what that name's doing. This has been a hero trade for a very long time, up 51%. So Whiting Petroleum coming from $1.30, upside $2.30 today. What is this bottom? 185. I don't know if we get that far right now. It seems very, very strong. Might want to pick some up right here. It looks like it's bouncing off 208, guys. That's Whiting.
Brennan, what do you got here, bud?
I was actually just going to mention that one, guys. First one in the energy group here, Whiting, always a popular name, to pop up on sell side volume. So big spike on the sell side as far as volume is concerned for WLL, guys.
Just going to talk about Nikola here. It was very, very weak initially on that IPO and now showing some strength. Breakout through 42 this morning. I do think if we're going to hold that 42 price, that could be a nice little pullback long for us. It's been so, I don't want to hate to punk the name here, but it was obviously a big time gap up. It had a lot of resistance at 36, and we talked about 37 on the first day of trading. Apologies, our chart doesn't show that first day, but trust me when I tell you it was a big break at 37 even. This gap, if it can hold this 42 level, should be an interesting little runner here as the shorts were having their way last week in this name. You know, obviously it's a pivot point, give you a 40 even target as well if you wanted to short 42, but I'm now looking to see if we can hold that 42 level and then go long in front of it on Nikola, guys. Brennan, what do you got?
Just checking on Virgin here, guys. Just saw it pop up as well. 9% here on Space. Just broke $17. Nothing in the way of news. There was a couple of directors selling some shares, but otherwise, ho-hum, another 9% for Space today, guys.
Wondering, and I actually bought some some options on that one, so really glad that that's moving around. I just thought that would need to get going, but we did fall in a hole here, so we go arrows down. It's arrows up for the stock, but AAL, we do get out there at that 2015. That's the level that it just breaks there. So yeah, some downside moves happening there on AAL. Nothing we can do about that one. We are out of that trade right now. So AAL, well, actually I have 20. For some reason I have 22 shares, so we'll see. We'll drop those AAL shares right now. I'm looking to get short again. I don't want to miss this ride on the way down. AAL is basically roughly a flat stock for us today, so we were in a bunch of money there, but now it's back to flat. We're going to wait for 1960 or so to break, kind of these levels that we were getting out here. If that can break, then we'll go short side on AAL once again, but there goes luck in 470, I guess, Neil.
Yeah, it just came to the downside, and I did try to take some 450s when it came back in. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do that. I did get a reload on Spirit Airlines, however, but this move very, very, look, this is a whippy action play here. Whips up through $5, rejects. So we talked about 530. It kind of got close enough to maybe try to jump into the short trade when it retook 5, but very, very difficult one to get into in real time. It still is holding that 450 level, which now looks like an interesting sort of pivot here. You don't want to overtrade. Now watch for 535 to be a breakout type trade to the upside. If we take out this level after making that kind of a flush down, that would be an interesting long for me. But again, I'm gonna stay away from Luck and Coffee. I got the reload over here and save, and I'm also watching a lot of strength in Hertz as well. So I think that's going to be an interesting one for us to watch above 350 at least for the afternoon. I'm watching Macy's right now. Just because you see this nice little tight consolidation, 955. This one, look, the retail space has gotten beaten up. Everyone knows this, but bouncing strongly the last little while on Macy's, and it's forming to make a bit of a top-end break here. So 955 to 965, if that goes, it's just going to have to be a long for me on Macy's into 10 even. Otherwise, I'm sort of eyeballing a 935 breakdown short side. So bracket trade here in Macy's, 955, 960 top, 935 on the bottom. I'll take either one of those directional trades in Macy's.
Wow, Beyond Meat. Yeah, good little look there by one of the viewers there. Beyond Meat, Steven Turner. What's up, buddy? Yeah, BYND right now. El Fuego there as Apple. We just get out of that one, breaks through 328. So, yeah, the market not treating Apple very well today. We'll find out about that why. I think it's just tech companies right now, not the flavor of the day. You see some of these random stocks like a Space, like a Beyond, and not random. They're just high flyers. They're like, I kind of call them like cult stocks. Once money starts getting pumped into these names, you just see it just go. So Beyond Meat, just another name here, moving around to the upside, taking out, wow, 144. Great look there. Whoever had Beyond Meat straight to the upside there. I'm going to guess Microsoft has been heading southbound as well. Yep, same kind of story as Apple. Let me guess, same kind of story as Facebook as well. Facebook, I like Facebook, but yeah, I mean, it's just so choppy here. What am I doing even trading these names? Kind of ridiculous. We should just be looking at the Boeings of the world, like Neil's been mentioning, some stocks that are actually moving around a little bit here and want to go one way and not both ways. So 224.75 here. CCL has been one of my best stocks for the last couple months. Those of you that are watching the show know that. So hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're back here every single day. I thought we got close to 4,000. So that's fantastic, guys. Also follow me here on Twitter as well. I talked about AAL early. We had a little campfire there. Anybody interested in campfires? We had one in the backyard there. And this was the beginning of something. Does anybody know what we were making when you start roasting some marshmallows? Don't say anything, Neil or Brendan. I'm going to leave that to our viewers there. Put it in the chat if you know what you make there with some campfire wood there. And I'll give you a hint. It also involves chocolate. But
well, I mean, that's some low-hanging fruit. If you've ever been camping, you know exactly what Sean is talking about. ENOB here, up 140%. It was up a heck of a lot more earlier. So you're watching a $20 move cut in half. $4 stock on Friday, hit 20 in the pre-market. Now we're staring at the face of $10 even. Now look, it's basically one of these consolidations that's too good to be true, and it's about a $1.50 range here between 9.40 or so and 11 even. Look, it's going to be a break in either direction. You call it 11.25 actually, and then maybe 9.30 to the bottom side. Either one of those breaks, much like we talked about in Macy's, we're going to take a breakout in one of those. At this point, I want to identify things that are moving a little bit more clean for me here. This one seems like it could be ENOB. At this point, it was a great short that we missed. Now looking 9.30 break downside, 11.25 break to the upside with about a 13.50 to 14 target.
24.80. Like, do we not believe? I mean, do we not believe? Do you not believe? CCL right here. I mean, I can't believe the runs that these stocks are having. So I do want to go long here through 24.80, but at the same time, I like the short. But anytime you've been short, unless you were short in these first 5 minutes, it's been blowing you out. So I don't believe. I mean, I'm talking to myself here. I understand that, but I don't like 24.80. Do you really want to take it out? And if you know, I gotta play with the momentum here. And if it wants to go, it's price action. What I think doesn't necessarily matter. It doesn't matter at all actually to the stock. So we're gonna wait to see 24.80 if it can take it off. But it's consolidating, so I do like the break here of 24.50. So let's take a shot at 24.50 and then just see what happens at the downside. Maybe we'll give it a little bit of a room. Actually, 24.50 might not be enough. Maybe 24.30, kind of the beginning of this garbage. Yeah, 24.30. Let's go short CCL. It might be too late, but we're definitely going to try it here. 24.30 on CCL. Hertz, still not hurting us anymore, but we're long $3.55 right here. We've been getting some out top side. We're still waiting for this 340 to break, but yeah, that's Hertz. And then CCL, I just got to somehow talk myself into eventually going short one of these names. Thank you, Miss V, with that refill. That's very, very nice. You can also, too, get your Trader TV mugs. Oh, you're taking the other one, too. Wow, great one. We're social distancing here, guys, so it's not that I'm trying to stay away. There we go, tradertv.live. Pick up these mugs, drink them with us, send them in a picture. That is up on our YouTube page as we speak, guys, and I'm going to need some of that funding because of that Apple one against me pretty bad.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this Luckin. Someone just asked in the chat, is Luckin done? I'm inclined to say likely not. But anytime you get moves like this, where you have a huge flush, you get multiple halts, and it makes a bit of a bottom here, you do have to watch out for the break to the upside. So I've been saying it, and I'll repeat it just one more time for you guys here. 535 looks like a level for me for a break to the upside there. ENOB just took out the bottom, so just got a 925 short on ENOB. So trading that one for the first time. And so this stock's happening all morning long here, but also it's time to get to Brendan because it's 10 o'clock. Let's get happening now.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock, 30 minutes gone, just like that. Let's have a look at North American markets here. A little bit of a mixed story forming here. You can see the NASDAQ tech stocks already negative. So we are seeing a little bit of a pullback in some of those high-flying tech stocks today. Everything else, though, maintaining gains. The Dow leading almost a full percent to the upside for the Dow. The S&P just 0.3% to the upside. We have small caps doing well also this morning, 1.7% for the Russell to the upside. Here in Toronto, the TSX about 0.5% in positive territory. Down in Brazil, 1.6% move to the upside for Brazil stocks. We're all about energy names in Toronto on the TSX so far today. We had Suncor, huge gap to the upside, faded this 30 level. This is exactly 30, right back down to 28 where we were trading basically on Friday afternoon. A lot of these charts look very similar. The next one, Enbridge, same story, gapping to the upside, right back down to where we were trading on Friday afternoon. Obviously, OPEC out with the announcement they're going to extend production cuts through to the end of July. So energy names getting attention here. Monster volume on this name today. today, holding this gap, whereas the rest have faded back to these levels. But Baytex here held $1 as resistance. We're back down to 92. Look at the volume coming in behind that move, though, for BTE here in Toronto. Special shout out and thanks to Andre for the super chat earlier on this morning. We appreciate it very much. We're trying to bring you guys all the content we possibly can for free. If you are joining us for the first time today, hit subscribe. We would very much appreciate it. Back to the guys.
Weren't going to wait too much for CCL. So here it is, and it's a big winner, bang. So we hit the cash register on that one. We finally, guys, we finally get a bang, and we finally get a nice little winner here. We go short through 50. We talk about why that is. I love those 50 levels. I said I would give it to 30. If you did, you're in the money. Still a couple pennies, but we are short here. Decent position in the 50s here. Actually 48 right now. So nice little trade, bringing our net back to life here a little bit on this name. So good trade here. Downside on CCL. We just got to make sure we get out of some of it. Our best outs 30s right now. So good trade on CCL finally.
Yeah, absolutely. And just sort of saying in the chat, someone asking about Air Canada, focusing for me mostly on, and we'll floss it off here, Spirit Airlines and American Airlines when I'm trading in the airline space. This short has been a good one for us. Again, it's basically been my best position, shorting it at least 6 or 7 times here, but it's now a 24.50 level instead of 25 that we're shorting in front of. It just broke 24 again. So when I talk about that 30, 40, 50 cent scalp, the range is tightening up, and when I see that happen, I want to make sure that I'm taking profits that are probably a little bit smaller, but I'm still maintaining a core short position. So it's a lower high right now that we're working off of. If that breaks, I'll be out looking for the next trade. We are staying net short in Spirit. I will reload again if it gets into the 35 to 40 range in front of 24.50. I'll keep getting out down around 23.80 to 24.10. So rinse and repeat on Spirit Airlines short. Also have ENOB, which is holding the low, 925 short there. Brendan, what do you got here?
Interesting look here, guys, on the NASDAQ futures, down now about 0.5%. Just want to point out, we're right back to that prior all-time high level that we took out back on Friday. So nice possible support area coming in here for the NASDAQ, guys.
Always happens to me at least once on a show, and here we go. It was, I forget what the stock was on Friday, but here's Apple. We realize it's weak. We still average in, and then we get stopped out finally. So Apple right now, I'm going to fall in a hole here. Which one do I do? I put in the gates of hell, do you guys think? Let's just flush ourselves down the hole there. We tried on Apple. I saw all-time highs in its sights, and it just didn't hit out for that one. So we'll wait to see on this one. But once again, it looks like a bad trigger here. So we are completely out of our CCL. So let's wait to see. But nice little win there on the upside. Just a bunch of different outs here. I don't know what keeps happening, but we are now out of CCL. Nice little short at 50. We are going to go short again if it does take out this bottom. But what's up, Brendan?
Just checking on Sorrento Therapeutics. Nothing in the way of significant news here, but nice look as far as the chart is concerned. 15% here for SRNE. Just broke day highs there on decent volume, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to maintain the outlook on Luckin here. Again, with this tight consolidation, nothing until it breaks out of the range. So we're going to stay with that 535.35 break to the long side, but go back for a quick second to Hertz. 370 just saw a bit of a wall here, and look at the strong bounce off VWAP that it just put in. So, I do think if 370 holds, you're probably going to get a test of VWAP at some point. That could give you an opportunity to basically sit inside of this range, but I'm going to watch a break out of it. If we can get anything sort of resembling a lower high here, that 370 holding, I think that would be a shot to the short side. The problem with going long on a 370 break is that the high of the day is right at 380. So I feel like if it's going to make a move through the top, you might as well see if it makes the 380 break. I'll stick to that one for any kind of a breakout long as opposed to 370. 370 for me is going to be a level to short in front of at this point, and a 350 long in front of VWAP looks like a little scalpable area for you there in Hertz. So waiting on Luckin. Spirit Airlines continues to move into the downside for us. We're still short this one at 24.37. I'm not taking anything out if it breaks low of the day. At that point, I'll be looking for retracement short opportunity. Whoa. And we just broke heavily. So it went from like 50 cents in the money to $1 in the money instantly on Spirit. Big time flush to the downside there, guys. So not getting out at the low of the day. I'm looking for pullbacks to get short. Now at about 23.70 to 23.80, as opposed to, I was going to say a second ago, 24.20. So Spirit, another leg to the downside. We got this one all morning long. Any airline, pick your one that you're comfortable with here. I'm not an AC. I'm not over there in American Airlines or UAL. Today, it's Spirit for me.
Yeah, I've got American right now, and we're short again. So we're going to wait to see what... Get out of here. Thank you for all those nice comments, guys. I'm seeing that. Greater than Bloomberg Live, greater than Yahoo Finance, greater than something that starts with a C and ends with a C, I think. So we're going to wait to see on that one as well. AAL right now, this is where we're short. Hella short is the right way to terminology. We go short here through 1980. We go short through 1970. So right now, yeah, we are short American. It's been blowing up against us here, but we are short again. Neil on save. I'm here on AAL. We're going to see what happens with this market. Now coming back in, it just looks like it breaks 3,200. Neil, I think that is what that little spike down was for us there. Not for me, but for you, I guess. Getting me into AAL. We were not short yet. So now we're short on that spike down. Let's wait to see what AAL wants to do here on the short side. But right now, Hertz, we're almost out of that name. We noticed what Neil did at 370. We get some out at 362. Now let's just drop the rest of them and then just work out this AAL trade as we need the futures to keep on bouncing back. Wow, DraftKings down another 8%. We'll analyze that when we get back as well, guys.
Yeah, and big time reversal happening here in Occidental as well, rolling through 23.50 to 23 even. That could be a secondary break. Look, with the futures coming back in, Oxy taking out 23, such a great run to the upside. I'm going to take a shot through that price with a VWAP out on Occidental. I know the long has been good recently, but look at these stocks come to the south side, guys. So 23 area break on Oxy is going to be a short for me with about a VWAP stop. That's an area stop, not a hard stop. I never want to stop exactly at VWAP. I don't like that trade at all. You get wicked out of those ones too easily.
Yeah. All these VWAPs are way down here on some of the stocks that I'm looking at. So I'm just trading the wrong names here again today, guys. We're going to fall in a hole here. Looks like on American again here. It doesn't want to go. So what are we supposed to do? We get into this name here on this move down AAL. But yeah, it's just been so strong here. Up 7+% today. Looks like it's going to break through 95. And there it is. We get pushed out there just a little bit on AAL as your Spirit Airlines as well. That comes back to I don't know. We got to trade these airlines a little bit better. Or at least I do. What's up, Brandon?
Rite Aid, guys, straight to the upside so far today from $14 up to $15.50. It's up 11.5% for RAD, guys.
Thank you very much. Summer Way Entertainment. We love the super chats. We love that you guys are having a lot of fun here.
Yeah.
I mentioned wanting to get a bit of a reload here in Spirit. Let's see if we can't pick something up. I mean, it's trying to get back to that 24 range. 24.37 is my short. I would like to be adding to that. Oxy on a break of 23. We did get into that one at 98, so new initiation of a position there. You can see the positions roll along the bottom there, but I will throw mine up so you can see exactly what we're working with here. I have a couple of no movers that are the longs, so ignore those two. They're just a couple of small moving stocks. But short side ENOB, let's see if we can actually get the board up here. Short side ENOB 925, not really moving yet, giving it to about 10.15 to the upside there. Oxy we just got into on a 23 break, and also Spirit we have now at an average price of 24.02, 37s then added to the short that we just took right now. So we've been net short in Spirit basically the entire morning long. I'm just not going to get away from it until it breaks one of my key levels here. That was 24.50 previously. I think we'll give this short to 24 and then re-engage if it wants to hover at VWAP a little bit later on. But I'll take some out in front of low of day this time and then see if we can't ride the rest. I'm going to stay net short as long as we keep this trend going in Spirit.
Okay, yeah, net short seems like a decent idea. I thought it was anyways, and now we go short again. Okay, so now AAL finally starts to go. Like, this is a joke. If we just didn't get stopped out here, we'd be monsters. So we're going to go short again here, apparently at the bottom. So we'll just wait to see. I keep on bottom picking this out on AAL. Definitely do not do as I'm doing here. We will wait for a big move to flush down, but I don't know. I'm just taking on too much risk at bad spots here. Right? Basically, I just keep thinking that we're going to break through. And this is what I'm looking at. Just all of the, if I take off this execution, you'll see what I'm talking about. It just keeps on trying to push 1970. This is a great spot to go long as well. It's just, I don't understand. Up another 6.5% today. These airlines are definitely well extended. So we go short again, and it looks like we may lose again, but I'm liking this trade. This time we'll short a little bit ahead of 2020, and then we'll see if it takes out the top. But right now, yeah, American Airlines, not a great look for me either on this trade. So Apple, as we're going to go out to the upside here, it's been a bad one for me as well. We'll wait to see. I kind of think I want to get some revenge on this. If we get above 328.50 here, a lot of this garbage. We'll see if the futures want to continue its march higher. But Apple definitely weak, 328.50. We'll give this one maybe a little bit of room to the upside here, guys.
But it is time for some upgrades and some downgrades. Brendan, my friend, what do you got, bud?
Mostly positive board is what we have today, even with a number of downgrades here. You can see only this Atlas error worldwide in negative territory. Everything else right across the board nicely higher. We've talked about this one. Michael's, yeah, huge move to the upside so far for most of the retail side of things. Park Hotels and Resorts, in smaller one in the hotel group, also doing quite nicely. Bank United, one of the ones from the financial group that's also in positive territory. Here we go. MIK 40% now. Just tagged $8 up there. We were talking about this 6 level in the pre-market. 7 got taken out at the open. We're all the way up to 8. Still looks really strong, consolidating at day highs for MIK, the entire retail group, doing quite nicely. Here's that Atlas down 0.5%. Really nothing to see here. We bounced off 43. Decent volume spike at the open. This is a leasing company for aircraft. Anyone who's interested in what they do. AAWW with a downgrade today, guys. Back over to you.
For Boeing here, I was just sort of mentioning my trash read on it today. Anytime you get a reversal at 225 and sort of peg this level, get long, and then get stopped out, break even when I'm working at another couple of names at the same time, just terrible look there. And then to top it off, there goes the 230 break, and my stop does not trigger me in. So I'm going to have to try to get on a pullback here. Hopefully someone got that one. I just mentioned it in the chat, and then had my stop order miss out right there on a 230 break. Boeing, once again, off to the races. It cannot be stopped. I've had 2 long ideas on this name and managed to make $0 on both of them, which is absolutely ugly. I'm going to throw a car crash there. You got to have that 225 long. I had it, took it off flat like an idiot. 230 break as well. We'll see if we can't catch a pullback here. If it shakes some people out, that might not be a bad entry point here. Maybe shaking right down to 229 would even be a good spot. And then you take it out at 227 or so. Give yourself a couple of dollars worth of risk on any Boeing trade there, guys. Oxy bouncing back up here. So it might give me a shot at a reload in front of VWAP as well.
What the fuck?
So Occidental, we take this little short and we're trying to maintain this below VWAP. Again, I don't like stops at VWAP. If we hold below 23.25, I think we want to work this position to the south side. Spirit at least still working out for us. That short, 24 even still in the money right now. But also looking at Luck and Coffee. We'll get to that one in a quick little second here. But I know you guys want to see what Valeria's up to. What do you have?
Hello dear viewers, and welcome everyone who joined us for the first time. Guys, subscribe to our channel and you will receive notifications when we are back on the air. Also join us today right after the show for our next premiere educational video on volatility holds at the link I'm sending on the chat. So we'll see you there today at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And guys, please support with thumbs up, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
All right, thank you, Valeria. Yeah, hit the like, hit the everything you can possibly hit there, except for the thumbs down. Hit the thumbs up and hit the subscription. Also, we talked about our Market Wisdom page a couple times. That's got some nice little momentum there. So Market Wisdom, check that out. Neil and I and Valeria, Brendan, all putting some educational segments, I was going to say, up for you guys. So another one coming today, so that should be good. Look, AAL, man, I averaged in here at 96. We're going to wait to see, though. My price is 71. So AAL to the downside. It's giving me nightmares right now, but we do have to wait to see if that one wants to hit for us as well. We take an Apple long again, and that just gets stopped out. Just a little baby long. We lose 50 cents again on that name. So, yeah, look, this is the best. I mean, look, there's lots of best things about the show. But one good thing here is, guys, we do talk about all of our trades. And then today, it hasn't been much of this. There hasn't been much to floss off. We were long Apple, and then that got destroyed to the downside. You see what's happening here in the marketplace. And then now we're short AAL. AAL's been a pretty profitable stock for us today, to be honest with you. But right now, we are stuck short in all of this garbage here. So we talk about that. It does get as high as 2010 there. I'd rather it take out the high here before I get too excited about this position, but I don't know, man. That'll be a big hit for me if that does take that out. So I don't know. Right now we're just looking at that one. We missed some easy plays here.
Don, you're about to say we missed some easy plays. I'm looking at Nicola over here.
That's exactly what I was going to call.
What is the point of calling some of these out? It's basically looking like the same break as Boeing here. So look, it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to take it. And this morning is miss, miss, miss. It's a great breakout. We did talk about this one. Even talked about a pullback dip buy in front of 40, in front of 42 in VWAP there, which would have been good if you got it. Also, of course, there's that Boeing 230 break, which is now $3 in the money. If you got that one as well, I really hope you guys are participating in these moves. Again, we're manually trading here while doing the show as well. And even a couple of stop orders, I don't think we're aggressive enough. Speaking of which, we did a video on stop orders, and one of the things that we mentioned was when markets get more volatile, you have to make more aggressive limit order entries to get into some trades. And I think that's the biggest thing I've been missing today is levels are breaking, and then you got to cross deeper. You just got to be willing to pay a bigger price to get into position on some of these breakouts. Nikola, that was true. Boeing, that was true today. The only things we've gotten successfully into are things with structured levels here, like this spirit trade, right? So if it basically lingers around and lets you get into position and it's not a breakout, we're fading into that one each time. So that's how we're able to get in. But the breaks, man, you got to be aggressive today. Thankfully, I should get out some spirit here. I said I would get some on the way down. I'll go ahead and just sort of take this 40, 50 cent scalp, then work into this trade again if it goes back up to 24. It's already 10.20, and I've been neglecting some of these small caps. So let's see if we can't get an update on a few of them with Brendan. It's Big Board Small Cap Recap.
Let's have a look at small cap world so far today, guys. We'll have a look at this Supercom SPCB. We mentioned this in the pre-market right before the open. Still up, yeah, 76%. Really hasn't done a heck of a lot. We had 250 up here, $2 down here. Gave you an opportunity to work into something versus 250. Tested that $2 even level. Seems to be a buyer so far down at $2. No reason this thing can't get down to these prior levels at some point today. Turned out to be a bit of a slow mover. Had higher expectations for this. Above 250, watch 275. Should be an interesting mover at some point today. Digital Alley, DGLY, still 41%. Had the offering pre-market, gave you a little scalp on the secondary, kind of push to the downside into some of these levels from last week. I had a stop above $4 there, got wicked out of the rest of my position, but looking like this might want to break back downside here, test 3 again possibly. If we can break to the downside, we'll revisit that one. On the short side, SINO, another one I was watching, was really hoping that we got another move back into $1. This line is $1 even. All kinds of volume behind this. Ended up being a kind of a nothing trade, still consolidating down here around 75 to about 65 cents. But I really wanted that test of $1 on SINO. Once again, guys, back over to you.
From the futures back to the downside. Yeah, thanks for that recap there. Shout out to whoever told me about Uber because now I'm in it. So 36.31 here short on Uber. So let's see if we can't get some money back on this name coming to the downside. Yeah, good little look here, guys. Thank you for that one. Let's see what does happen there. Goes all the way to 20. It goes all the way to 25 there, and we did miss that. So we'll wait to see if that one can come back down. Big flush there on Uber, but unfortunately I was talking too much. It breaks through 25, goes right to 23 there. We are short here, 30s, so 32-ish. So we'll wait to see on Uber now. Big miss there. That should have been taken out for at least that 6 or 7 pennies there. We'll wait, but we missed that one as well. We do take RCL breaking through 72. We're going to give this one back to the top side now. RCL down that 4%. Let's just wait to see what this market wants to do. AAL comes right back down again, and look where we get out. Almost a perfect. I'm going to hit this just because I like Street Fighter, not because we're doing anything perfect today. But 1983, we take a little bit out. Our average price is 71. I'm still waiting for this thing to break, man. I got some bids down here as well. So let's just wait to see if it breaks. I think AAL can still get to 1920. If it does, your boy will be huge. But right now we're getting killed. Not killed, but we're
speaking
down.
Of break, Occidental does break through finally. So we talked about getting the 23 break and holding VWAP. It does exactly that. So got a 23.09 short trade here. Took some out at 81. So you get like a 27-cent win there. Took another leg off there for about a 45-cent win. I'm looking to see if we can retest this bottom at 22 even. That'll give us close to $1 winner on Occidental. I'm still holding 2/3 of the position. I will work a lot of this out in front of it. Probably only have 10-15% on if it gets to 22 even. But again, it was just one of those rollover trades, and I'm noticing a pattern here. This structured trade, very similar to Spirit Airlines. The breakouts for me haven't won today. These sort of consolidation plays have been much more successful. So I'll see if I can't find a few more of those. It's one of those markets this morning where if you get something that's maybe a little bit lazy and it gives you a nice area to work into a position without having to be too hectic, that's been the better play for me as opposed to some of these breakouts where if you don't take your profit, like in Boeing this morning, $3 in the money, don't take it. The long reverse, couple of dollars in the money, don't take it. Now we're missing breakouts. Now, these trades are a little bit easier to pull off here in an Occidental, so I'll reload in front of VWAP. I'll take some out on the way down to that low of the day. Brendan, what do you got for us?
Just watching XSPA, big mover from last week, guys. We were talking about this one on Friday. 225, we're about to break to new lows to the downside here for XSPA. Another one of those ones that was kind of hoping for a test of these 225, 220 area from last week, but didn't get it. But about to make new lows. 30 million shares so far today on this one, guys.
What?
36 XSPA. Okay, yeah, I saw some people talking about that one. We just average in a little bit here to Uber, so now we put some bids on the downside as the market trying to make a move down. So our average price now on Uber 34s. So we'll wait to see if that one wants to come through or not. It's not looking good, man. We missed that bid down here, and we take that right away, and then we missed the boat a little bit there. So we do have a kind of a cool graphic for that one. So missed the boat on that one print, but here it comes back to the downside as we get some 47 short. We'll probably get out of this one if it does break above 64, 65. But not that we want that to happen. Let's just wait to see if it can come back down here to the low. But look what's happening with the futures here. Uber's not going to do anything if these starts going up. We're going to get stopped out of that one. Right now we're hella short. We're short AAL and we're short RCL. RCL not bad. We're short right now 71.80. This one's down to 71.50. So that's a 40-cent win, 30-cent win as we speak. But more problems than that on Uber and on AAL. So we're short. Wow. Okay. At least AAL had some size there at 20. That didn't last long. So we're going to
I'm doing a crazy thing here. I'm going to ask Greg to get us some pay for shorts here. Get a locate cost on Nikola. It just touched $50. So big time breakout on this stock. And at some point, I'm going to try shorting this puppy today. I'm not saying it's going to be now. I want to see it roll over just a little bit before I jump into it. Like I said, I want more structured trades where I have an obvious level where some selling has actually stepped in. It's showing weakness, and then you can get in. The fact that when a stock shows a lot of that weakness and you can still get profitability by getting in late like Occidental here, you don't have to worry about having the best price. I don't have to have it at 24. I don't have to have it at 23.50. I can catch this sort of 23.10 area short trade, which again is giving you 50, 60 cent scalps. Just got 60 cents on another leg there. So I'm not going to rush into these shorts. I'll allow the sellers to step in. I'll just jump on the back. I mean, there's enough movement in this market in terms of volume and liquidity lately, in terms of trends, that why waste your time sort of trying to be perfect on some of these trades. So I'm going to go ahead and see how expensive this Nikola short will be, and then we'll see if we can't put something on. It doesn't have to be now, maybe a little bit later on in the session here, Sean.
Right, yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too, right? We don't need to put trades on like ASAP here. We're trying to wait to see what happens. And yeah, lousy gamer, honestly, don't worry about it. Whatever happens on Uber here happens, and it's a great look there. Again, every trader is responsible for their own risk, so don't even worry about that. We look at everything here, and I don't put on real money unless I kind of think the trade is going to be there. So I like Uber. It's been one of my best stocks. Not since that Grubhub acquisition talk, so we haven't traded it well since then. So look, if it breaks through 40 here, our average price is 34. We just took some off at 40 because we see that as kind of a little bit of an iceberg order here. It doesn't want to break 40, so we're gonna have to wait to see if that happens. If it does, great. But this is a 70-cent winner, so shout out to whoever talked about that. I don't know why I hit the iceberg thing here. Oh yeah, because Uber was iceberging a little bit there. 71.80 down here to 71 and change. So right now, Royal Caribbean flushes down. So nice little trade on this one. Good look on this name today, RCL, but we're in it late. We should get some out here, as it looks like it's trying to get backside. We'll take a little bit out if we can, if it comes back down to 71, but maybe this is going to be a good trade for us. AAL back from the dead as well. We just take some more out at 70. Let's just wait, guys. I don't know what the name's going to do. We almost got stopped out there at 20. I think it's about time we take some of this risk off of this name, guys, AAL.
Yeah, and it is, story of the day today, just hammer the ones that are working well for you. I only have 2 profitable names and 4 negative ones. Thankfully, I'm going to trade more actively in these positive names like Oxy and Save, as opposed to one and done on Digital Ally and ENOB, let's say. But we are headed towards that 22 mark. I still do have a third of the position on like we said we would. If 22 breaks, I want to be net short still. We'll take some out on that flush. I think some stops will go off at 22. At this point, you're still looking at pullbacks up to VWAP here and comfortable shorting them. We'll reassess that if the low of the day here does break, and that's at 22 even throughout those pre-market prices. Brendan, what do you got for me?
A little one here just starting to go, guys. Jack, J-A-K-K, a little toy maker, 45%. Huge volume coming into this thing. Took it up above $1, so $1 just broke. We're kind of getting a retest here. Going to check on this one. There was actually a price target cut, I know and am aware of on Jack, but no other news at this point, guys.
All right. I'm just tweeting out here, guys. Follow us on Twitter. Just tweeting out this break. Finally, we do get some, and that's literally what I said. I was like, finally, we get a breakout here at Trader TV Live for one of these stocks, and that's RCL coming to the downside. So we took that one out here on that day's low there, and we're going to see if it does continue to break. We're out of half of RCL. That's about $1. And here we go. RCL right now will hit the confetti because finally we got a decent winner here as we'll tweet that out. And make sure you guys, you follow us at Twitter. We're posting things throughout the day as well. Okay, here comes AAL, guys. Finally, our price is right here, 72. We had to hold this one decently against us as now, finally now, Neil, the futures come. I'm sorry if you're long. We don't know our positions.
No, I only have 2 shorts on here. And
social
it's like finally
distancing.
Oxy and Save is still in the money for us as well. And you know, I get those shorts in Nikola, and I kind of wish we'd taken it immediately, but I did say I would be patient with this one. So it just comes off $3.50 all the way to 47. You know, obviously there's going to be a key level on the secondary break at 44.50. That's down at VWAP as well. So I'm looking for consolidation lower, something to work off of. Even a 50 short I think could work as well for us if we get another move to the upside and want to test that high. That being said, I guess you do also have to watch out for a 50 break. It's such a nice little even number there that I'll probably reverse anything short long at 50 on Nikola. Brennan, what do you got?
Another one here, guys, just making day highs. Another one with a price target cut on it today. QD, 9.5% to the upside, just making day highs on decent volume, guys.
All right, we got some out of some. Okay, I love QD. We'll look at that in a minute. Yeah, you guys talking about Uber giving up the ghost there a little bit. It does come back down to 39. And like I said, there was some resistance there at 40. It does crash to 34 there before ripping back up. So I see you still, lousy gamer. Don't worry. Uber is my biggest position right now for share size. So obviously for how much money we have invested in the game right here is Uber. So yeah, I'm all over this one. But right here, I'm also happy to report that AAL is finally in the money here. We're short 73s, and we've just been getting some out. My best out there, 65. I did hope for a crash, man. I still think we can get down here. But look what these futures are doing. They're saying crash. No, sir. It goes down to 95. They're now bouncing back upside. So, yeah, I still love AAL to the downside. And unfortunately, I've lost a little bit. I mean, we're still okay on the stock. It's just we should have shorted some more up here. The problem is I'm shorting all of these breaks, and then it's just not happening. So when it comes back down, I wind up getting out for flat. So what could be a big winner? It looks like, you know, we're trading AAL nicely to the short side, but we're not really. Let's call up our trading board right now, quick, for you guys. We'll put it up here. We'll put start, and we'll see if it works. Please, here it goes now, finally. So 4 cents in the money on AAL, but that's hovering back and forth. It's 20 cents out on Uber, but that one, again, we'll have to wait on it. And RCL all the way back, but we've already taken out 80 cents on that one. We're going to give that one a little bit more room to the downside as here comes maybe Uber finally to the back to the downside here. And that's AAL, but we're waiting in the 50s for this one, Neil. I don't know. I'm just hoping that the market can continue to fall back down here, maybe even break the day's low, and we'll finally turn around into some winners here.
Now, one of these days, and everyone loves the energy that Sean gives, and for me, one of these is I want to see you call out like the whole 180 for darts, because like that is one of those sports where it is the most boring thing ever, if not for how great but it's the
160.
Announcers. If it wasn't for the announcers, man, that sport would be nothing. But we bullseye action on Occidental here, which again, it's just Spirit and Oxy for me that have been good. And 22 we talked about as a bottom. Just got out in front of that. I'm still shorting pops into that VWAP 2280, let's call it. A break of 22, we'll take a shot at it. But I want to mention VISL very quickly here because it's holding this one even level. And I did mention if it ever broke 115, that could be a good long for you there with a one even stop. I'll throw another one at you. I'm going to go short on a one even break, but I also like this one as a bit of a long in front of it. I'm going to go long, see if I can't scalp a few pennies off here, maybe get out in front of 115 if it wants to hold one even. So that should be an interesting one. New name for me here, VISL. Volume is good, so if you can catch 5-10 cent moves here, remember at $1, you're talking about 5-10% returns with an obvious stop at one even. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on. You can get ones and twos here, or at least hopefully we can, depending on the liquidity. So VISL, adding that one to the list. Still going short if it breaks $1, however.
Yep. VISL, good name here. AAL as well. We're getting some out right now, and it's been AAL. Thank you guys. It's been a nice little rain down of some cash now, and I know this was a big short for you guys. I want to thank everybody for the super chats today as well. Yeah, Hertz short again. I mean, I don't know who's Who is this, DK? I mean, you guys are kind of reading my mind a little bit here, which is okay. $3.40. I would rather it, guys, needs to break this sort of level here, 335. I mean, this is 340. 340 is not horrible. I was sort of looking at this action where I shorted before, 334, 335, maybe even a bit lower than that. So we'll wait to see if that one comes through. But right now, AAL having a hell of a time going down, and I don't know why. I really wish this name would start to come to the south side here. We are now short 72. Our Uber position, we just talked about that one, is short at 35, trying to come down. We didn't get blown out yet. Our top was 36.65. We'll wait on that one. But guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Really nice to see all the. Did we break over 4,000? We're at 3,500 right now watching. So hopefully you guys can help us get to that. Send this link out, put it on some Reddit channels. Tell everybody we're here for free, guys. So hit that like, hit that subscribe. JR Ron from MindMed. Let's check out MindMed right now. MMED. So this is a psychedelic company here with some release today. MindMed not doing a hell of a lot today, up that 2%. Let's just check out on a daily chart. I have to admit, I'm not sure what it's been doing over the last little bit.
I saw it at 50, 49.50. So
yeah, we topped out. Yeah, we broke through this 50 period. Yeah. Sorry, Neil, there at 58 cents. So right now it is in a downward trend, obviously, to say the least. But we're going to have JR Ron on today at 1:45 live. So check us out back on our Market Wisdom page as we'll be going over MindMed today. So let's see what happens if it breaks through 50. Look, whenever these companies, Neil, we don't need to tell you this or Brendan or hopefully our viewers, but that's when they're the best to trade, right? Is when there's actually some news releases. MindMed has one today. We'll talk about that soon. But right now it's just Uber and AAL to the downside. So let's take a ride on this Uber.
Yeah, and to the downside again, 23 just broke on Spirit Airlines. And like I said, we'll stay net short that one. It just punched through one more time. So we did get a reload at 23.70. 68 actually was our price. That's now in the money, almost 70 pennies here. Of course, our last low was at 24.37. We took those out for about $1 win. Now we're looking to see if we can get another $1 winner there. And I'll throw you one more because finally, I said I would have a breakout trade in Macy's, whichever direction it would be. It's to the downside. So we're short here, 933. I just took out that 935 level. So short in Macy's, still short in Spirit. Brendan, what do you got, buddy?
Another one on the retail side here, guys. Fossil popping up on a volume scanner here as we break day highs above 625. This thing's just been straight to the upside today from 550 up to 625. They announced they secured a little more financing and also coming off a decent earnings report last week, guys.
All right, bang, there goes AAL. Yes, finally, guys, so AAL right now, explode the money as we are finally into this spot that we thought we'd get to, breaking through 1950 here. We took some out at 51. Now we continue the short side move here. So AAL, thank you, AAL, as you come back to the downside. So, yeah, not that we feel blessed or anything. We should be up a hell of a lot more than we are on this name, but here it comes. Bang, we're short 1975. We waited for you and we told you that we'd be coming through here. 1935, now to the downside. Let's keep going. Hertz to the downside as well. Hurt me. We go short 334. Let's wait to see what happens on this name. Hertz to the downside. But again, I'm short AAL, Hertz, RCL, and Uber. Maybe a tad too many shorts here, Neil, but let's see what this market wants to do.
Yeah, we're back below 3,200 on the ES. I mean, we're sliding to the downside here. And look, Spirit is coming in. It's almost going to be negative on the day if we break 22.62. For me, that's an obvious area where I might take out another $1 winner here. I've been short all morning long, and it is we're an hour into the session, but I started this one short at about 9 o'clock this morning, and then added to it right before the open, added it to it after the open. At some point, I have to look to see, like I always say, you don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. At some point, I am going to take this one off and start looking for retracement plays. We get to that past that hour mark, and for a day trader, a lot of times the momentum can stop. The trends are good. You look for some pullbacks. We're into a Macy's short as well here, but I didn't get that Hertz trade, which looks fantastic. I am also looking at both Nikola and now Luckin. We broke out of this little tight consolidation range and is sliding back to the downside. So forget about 530. It doesn't look like it's going to be a level for us. It has to break that, but 480 VWAP, that could be a short in front of it. I'll see if we can't jump into something in the 65 to 70 range in front of that VWAP on Luckin Coffee now, guys.
Oh, Lousy Gamer, shout out to you too. What's up, Uber? I'm over here. Pick me up because right now we are short this name and well cashed. Bang, that one out, hit the register, guys. Yeah, Uber just falls like we thought it would. Breaking that level, thank you to bring that up. And look, guys, we averaged in, this was couple $100 only against me, but still nice to cash now as Uber. Peace. See ya. So yes, who's got Uber? 2 thumbs, this guy. So right now we run Uber to the downside. Nice little trade happening right here. Oh yeah, by the way, Hertz. We took some out there, 330. It's now trying to go back to the upside. Hertz, not a great stock for, I don't think, either one of us today, but I'll just speak for myself because I'm not sure. But I know that Hertz, we did have that early, got blown out. Now we have a little baby short. Nothing like what we had early on. That was a good win. I'm still waiting for it to break 330, but there goes Uber. 30 cents in the money, and bang, that one out. That's a cowbell. Thanks for everybody for the support on this Uber trade, but it had to come through for us. Watch the futures dropping down here. Yeah, my piece isn't working, but I did hear that one, Brendan. What's up, bud?
GameStop, guys, GME, look at this. Big, huge volume spike just coming in there on GME as we broke through 475. Day highs up 14, almost 15% for GME. No significant news on this. They do, however, guys, report tomorrow, guys.
Oh man, GME, GameStop.
Yeah,
there.
GameStop
When you said huge spike, I thought down because
not a huge spike right now after it moved to the downside on AMD, but it is trying to bounce off of what was a decent bottom here at 52.25. I know a lot of people have been asked about it in the chat. I haven't looked at AMD in quite some time, to be perfectly honest with you. But now you're getting some consolidation on VWAP. You are seeing the NASDAQ at least try to climb back to the upside. You know, even if we're having some trouble over there in the S&P 500 futures. You know, look for AMD if we can hold above, I want to call this like 5280-ish range to 5260. It's got to break the top side of that one for me to be hunting along. Otherwise, I'm going to stick with the shorts that we have on here. And then I'm trying to add to that in Luckin Coffee as well. And I want to get back to Nikola, as that was one that we wanted to see if we can hunt for something to the south side. It's still in the same range that we were looking at before. It hasn't made a run to that 50. It's still going to be a breakout long if it breaks 50 at some point. But if we now hold 49, I might look for my first short of the day in NKLA. Big time runner. It was very weak the first couple of days it traded, looking very, very strong so far this Monday morning. If it has a short in it, it's going to be in front of 50 even. That has to be your stop. There is no way I'm holding a short above $50 on Nikola, but I will try something here in front of this 49 even level, first time of the day.
And guys, bang it out right now again. Another chicken dinner winner right here on Hertz. Nice out there, 27s. We take that out on Hertz. So we're going to wait to see now what happens to the upside now. Hertz coming down. Yes, break 25. Let's go, baby. We have this one short, 34s, sorry. So we're going to see what happens now on the downside if it can break through. But everything big. Let's put up our trade board quickly, guys, if we can. We've got 4 positions, but I got to 10 to these, so this has to be pretty quick. AAL right now, bang, that's a big one. 40 cents in the money. Hertz is 10 cents in the money. RCL 72 cents in the money. And Uber's 24 cents in the money. Big day, yes, sir. Let's rain down that money. Today it's been a good one. It hasn't been a great one, but now the action giving it to us. So let's get out some Hertz here, breaking through 25. A nice little short at 34 here. We'll cash in some of this one right now.
Yeah, and remember what we said about Nikola, don't let 50 go. But the other thing to keep in mind here, as I'm going to pull up the level 2, is what is this spread? I just saw about 25 cents a couple of seconds ago. Usually it's 5 or 10, but you have to consider that on a 50 break. Whether you're trying to go long here with a stop order or whether you're going short. You just saw it open to 34 cents worth of spread. So I'm going to be crossing aggressively at 50 breaks. I am dipping my dipping my toes into the water here to the short trade as well in this little consolidation. Again, if it breaks 47, that's where the real acceleration could come. I'm going to take one shot fading into this one to see how much juice it's got to the south side here. We had to pay for locates on this. So again, not everyone's going to be able to short that name. I did also mention Luckin Coffee rolling over some as well. So this is trending nicely to the downside. I did prefer shorting this one in front of VWAP, maybe in the 60s or 70s. It might not give me that price. Might have to sell it right here in the 450 range, but I don't want to jump in too eagerly to Luckin Coffee, given how slowly it's really starting to move here, guys. So just short Nikola, Macy's, and Save. 2 of those 3 in the money for us right now. But I see the big screen, kind of a mixed board here. Let's go up to Brendan for our sector watch.
Hey guys, yeah, we are still positive, but definitely coming off the highs a bit here for the S&P. Only a 1/4 point to the upside now. Standing out front and center here, the tech stocks to the downside for the most part. You'll note the semiconductor group, tough to see here, but trust me when I say the semiconductor group, every single symbol in negative territory so far today. To the upside, ADS and DXC in the tech group, both about 5%, but a number of these still 1+% to the downside, offsetting that strength. So tech stocks definitely weak on the day. Up here, the banking group, diversified financials leading, IVZ, SYF, and CBOE, all 3+% to the upside. Some of the insurance names coming back into play. We saw this at the end of last week, obviously, with the protest taking place, some insurance companies getting phone calls, AIG, UNM, and PFG, 3+% to the upside. Energy stocks, where'd they go? They disappeared on me. Here we go. Energy stocks, NBL, Oxy, Halliburton, and MRO, all 8+% to the upside on that OPEC news. Again, this morning, OPEC saying they're extending production cuts through to the end of July. So all of the energy sector nicely in positive territory. We'll flip over to this side, consumer discretionary names and industrials. You saw these two just flipping back and forth. Depending on which one is leading, you're going to be higher on this board. So the one that's below going to be a little bit weaker. In this case, industrials right now higher than consumer stocks. So Boeing here, GE, FLS, and TXT all amongst the leaders. Boeing's up 12% on the day so far today. CCL, NCLH, RCL is in here somewhere. I saw it. There it is, 2.8%. Some of the hotels here as well. So all those travel-related names coming back into play again today as well. Retailers here also strong, 6% for Gap. Kohl's there as well, 3.8%. So everything that's going to benefit from economies reopening getting quite a boost once again today. We mentioned energy stocks, the main group, though, to the upside. We're 0.3% higher, guys, for the S&P. Back over to you guys.
Yeah. So Uber, more short. Thanks, Brendan. Yeah, and Sector Watch, one of my favorites because it gives you an idea of maybe some sort of sectors that we're not focusing on, like the financials and whatnot. We haven't even taken anything in the financial sector yet. Okay, there's a nice little short. Again, we are still short. We're adding to our position here on Uber as it's come right back up from dead here about. We take a nice little profit. Uber, basically my #1 stock today. So we'll run the cash register on and let's just see if it happens again. Looking for 36.61 to break on this one. And just a quick update before we throw over to to Arun for his quick update. You guys are trading futures. You might want to pay attention to what's about to happen. But right now, AAL, same kind of story here, trying to make its move back upside as the futures go. We averaged into that short, but yeah, okay, Hertz right now as well, heading back to the upside. So we take a nice short through there, get out some 25s, get out some 30s, and now this is the wrong. That didn't even happen. So now we're going to wait here to see if it breaks through. What price did I have on Hertz as my out? 45.46. So we'll wait to see if that does happen. But I guess we're throwing it to
Mr. Wickens.
Mr. Wickens. What's up, Mr. Wickens?
Room, guys, for an update on the futures.
All right. Am I? Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, the levels that I've got here for me today are 32.10 on the top end and 31.70 on the bottom. I've got a short at 32.04 off the open. Pretty much since the open, I've been working shorts. It's going to be one of those situations where it's going to be a grind to the downside, hopefully, is what I'm looking at. But I've already made my money on that short. So at this point, I'm holding a minimum amount, and I'm okay holding it through a loss. Now, it's gone 10 points in the money. It's coming back now. I don't care. I'm not getting out. I'm willing to take the hit for that 10% chance that it keeps going. So it's just one of those situations where I've already made the money off that 32.10 level, and now I'm just holding on for essential to see what happens for the rest of the day. It's a risk-reward situation, and I'm willing to see this one play out here. 31.70 on the bottom, 32.10 on the top end. It is bouncing around a lot, so we'll just see how this one plays out. Another thing I do want to know, guys, we're bouncing around with my times. You know, we keep going. Well, I come on at different times. Hit us with some feedback. See what works for you guys. If you guys want to see me more, if you guys want to see me less, just let us know so we can figure out what to do. All right, back to these guys.
Thanks a lot there, Arun. I mean, obviously, I see people asking for you to be in the chat sometimes, even asking about some of those levels. We can jump in there. Look, we're just trying to do whatever makes sense and what is the best viewing for you guys, the viewers. We're trying to give you the markets from a trader's perspective. And I know Sean and I are heavily looking in equities, and that's what Arun is here for. I mean, he's an expert in the futures market. I'm an expert in apparently this morning calling out levels and then not getting them. Of course, I didn't get the break. I talked literally a couple of minutes ago about not being aggressive enough with stop orders. Thankfully, I was on the short stop, but not the reverse long. We said 50 was a break long on Nikola. We don't take it. I hope somebody did quick 10% move for you there if you got it. So like Boeing, sort of like every one of these breakouts so far this morning, a bit of a missed opportunity. I don't want to miss out on AMD if it makes its break. So let's see if we can't. No, I already have an order in here, but I am double checking it just to make sure it's aggressive enough. Thankfully, I mean, AMD is so liquid. There's really no trouble getting into position here. I'm looking for a 52.85 break. I like the fact that the first time it took out this little first stop here at 80, slams back downside, tests and holds VWAP. So if it breaks this top now, I'll get in some shares there, but leave myself some room to pick up some shares on the way back in at 52.70 if I can. I only have 2 positions on right now, so we'll just go one by one. Macy's is one of them. And again, it's these slower sort of structured shorts that have been working out for me. And Macy's here on a 935 area break. I wanted to add some around VWAP. Didn't do it, but we've taken some out for a 10-cent win. Looking to see if we can get some out in front of this little low of the day here at 910. If that breaks, I'll stay net short at least a little bit here to see how far we can go back in on Macy's. So that's what we have to the short side. Still have some Spirit Airlines as well. Just the last of my position here at 23.70. And going to throw you back to one more that I just got into, VISL, to the long side. Again, going to go long in front of a buck. It's held pretty well so far. Want to see if we can't run back up to 115. I'm going short when one breaks anyway, so risk a couple of pennies here, reverse to the short side on VISL. Brendan, what do you got?
Yeah, good look there. The other one in that group, Digital Ally here to the upside in a big way. Big break to or through $4 here on volume for DGLY. 70% or approaching 70% for that one now, guys.
What about Virgin Galactic? Yeah, good. DGLY. Yeah, we, again, indicated that name early and often. So I know Neil was, I think you were in that in the pre-market. So yeah, you guys want to join us every day at 9 o'clock as the show keeps on pumping through. Yeah, good little look there, Arun. Thank you for all the love on that one. So a lot of people loving that Arun segment. 1721 to the upside. We're going to try to have Arun on more often for you guys to talk a little bit about the futures look and what's happening. But here we go, SpaceX here. Obviously, this is Virgin Galactic, but getting a lot of bump here from that talk, you know, what's happening right now with some of these movers. And here goes space. We'll hit it up today, but right now today it's to the moon a little bit here. I'm going to wait to see if it breaks through 1725. Looking at a daily chart, I don't think we've been near 1725 in a while. What is this level? 1780 we could possibly break through, 1760, but yeah, 1725, a little bit of a break on space. Obviously, you see what's happening with these futures right now. A nice little move back to the upside. Wow, a nice, it's only 10 handles, but pretty impressive. Tick, 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 straight up. So a lot of these shorts that we have on right now getting squeezed just a bit. Uber did get out a little bit more at that 36 level a couple minutes ago. We'll wait to see if we can't get back down to 40. A couple shorts up here. So Uber right now in the money. AAL nicely in the money as well. We're short at 75. We need that break to happen again. So we'll put some bids down here, low 60s, and then wait to see if it breaks through 50. But right now, AAL short. We'll look to get space going off the top as well, guys.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at Boeing on a little bit of a pullback here. Obviously, the breakouts were fantastic. I hope somebody caught those at 225 and 230. But it's come back in and held 228 at least a few times in the last 15 minutes or so. That could be an interesting level if it wants to bounce off this price. I think you give it maybe down to VWAP here, so like 227.50 or so. You can go long in front of that 228 and then see if it can't run it back in. You get a $2-3 sort of scalp or a bigger move to the upside if the market can continue its little bounce play as the ES is back above that 3,200 mark that we're just mentioning. But money talks, and we need to talk about it sometimes, and Brennan is at the big screen to do just that.
Hey guys, yeah, currency time. Let's have a look at how things are shaping up in the foreign exchange world so far. Once again today, we were talking about this a little bit last week, but once again today, US dollar weakness creeping back in, even with that kind of blowout jobs number that we had back on Friday. Going to see a lot of things in positive territory versus the US dollar. The euro, the first one here, 0.1% to the upside. Here's our Canadian dollar, almost 75 cents now for the Canadian dollar, 0.3%. This is the chart here. We talked about this 72 level that had been resistance for the CAD versus the USD. We got that breakout last week, and it's just been nothing but to the upside for that pair ever since last week. So approaching 75, 74.7 now for the Canadian dollar. British pound, 127 almost, 0.2% to the upside for the British pound. Japanese yen, Swiss franc, both negative on the day. Australia, New Zealand, that chart also, pick either one of them, very, very strong, just trending to the upside versus the US dollar. Again today, 0.35, 0.23% to the upside. Bitcoin and Ethereum, crypto world, not really active today. 96.79 for Bitcoin, 241 and change for Ethereum. Guys, back over to you.
This market, wow.
Look at that Nikola. I mean, this stock is absolutely relentless. It just halted at 61.58. So that 50 break basically just gave you, a nice 20% sort of return there, and you're in the money on a halt to the upside. So it's gone parabolic at this point. We opened up at 30. We closed, I should say, on Friday at 36.
Yep.
And now through $60. So watch out for this one. At some point it's going to come back, and when it does, it's going to be pretty heavy. And again, you had to pay for the privilege to be able to short this one. I'm still going to take a shot at it. Someone just mentioned Cody. I have not looked at it yet today. I'll get to that in a quick second, but I am also now looking at Hertz again, as this is back to that 350 mark. And you sort of look at this one here, and you're forming, it's kind of a slow little wedge pattern here as we're putting in some lower highs, and it kind of is a couple of higher lows. I still maintain that 380 is going to be a break if it ever gets to that price in the afternoon. So file that one away, have a stop order. We've seen this happen in the past in Hertz when it gets a little bit of strength behind it, where that afternoon move is actually the better one. So I'm still looking at a 380 break on Hertz. I did get into that VISL at 2. I got some more at 1. The target there is a run to 115, however, guys. So VISL, just to remind you guys, it's a relatively slow mover. Like we said, if it gets up to about 110, you can take 10% off there. It's a 115 break to the upside. If that gets taken out at any point, I am going long on a breakout in VISL. But for now, long in front of a buck, trying to get 10% move on it. Otherwise, hard stop and reversal at 1 even, guys.
Yeah, I mean, what else are we supposed to do here? I just short Uber there and get out a little bit at 41. We did go short again on this name at 46, out at 41. This is a position I really like, actually. So Uber to the short side here. The futures have come back in. Uber weak on the day. Let's just keep shorting this one. I don't think I'm going to put any more bids in here until we get into the 20s. Let's wait to see, though, if Uber does take out this high 36.60. I like to average into this one like we did up here, if we can, into the 50s again. So let's put a bid out there. AAL, I'm trying not to let this one break. We did take a decent amount of shares here at 73, out some at 85, just because I'm just nervous about this top side and this move up here in the market, to say the least. And I know a lot of that, I mean, we saw Nikola there. I should have been looking at that earlier on, but not right now. Obviously, it's way off. So I know Neil's on that one, so I won't talk about it too much. But here goes AAL back to the upside as the futures, guys, just keep on popping. So we made a lot of money back going short here during this move and during this move, but now to the upside, we continue to be in some of these trades, man. Here's Uber again. It drops down again to 41, so maybe we'll put some more bids there, but I keep talking about this. Oh, look at CGC. Those of you that are talking about getting into some cannabis plays, CGC, the best one. I would definitely suggest making some moves back into here. What just happened to Space? We're waiting to see if that one wants to break through. Did that go through 25 there? No, not yet. Okay, so we're still waiting for this to break through the high of the day. I do like it. Let's get on board another name like a Nikola here. These names could get going, guys.
Yeah, and Nikola, it was a volatility halt. And speaking of those, we are doing a video dropping today. It's going to be one of our live premieres. So right at noon at the end of the show, we're going to be doing volatility halts. You're going to jump to the other channel. We'll be on the chat live answering any questions about the video that you might have. And when Nikola opens back up in a minute or so, I'm going to be all over watching this name to see if we can't find a short at some point in it. But Brendan has something for us. Let's go to him.
Yet another one to look at here, guys. AYRO up 16% today. This is formerly Dropcar. You probably recognize it as Dropcar. A little bit of positive news late in the day on Friday. Just broke $3 here, guys, on decent volume, moving upside for AYRO.
Definitely going to be adding that one to the list. I know some of you guys are interested in shorting and talking about this, and someone asked on the chat, how are we able to short in Hertz? Our broker has locates that we can pay for if it's not on our easy to borrow list. So for availability there, sometimes we'll pay a little bit to be able to do that. usually it's going to be worth it on an active name like a Hertz because, once you get the share shortable, you can use them over and over again. So if you have a couple of thousand short, you can short one time and you can get out, then you can short again. You have those available to you all session long. So hopefully that answers that question. Sometimes they're unavailable, but usually we're going to have most names available to short to us, and then sometimes we're going to have to go ahead and pay. And we try to tell you when that's going to be the case in case you're wondering how we're able to do that.
And I'm trying to wonder how I'm going to short Hertz again here. I still do like this same price, $3.38, $3.40 or so on a short on Hertz, but we got to give it some room. So. Okay, we did take another short here in Uber. We're going to try to keep building this position here and hope that the futures can come downside. Oh, we did talk about looking at DraftKings, DKNG here on NASDAQ there on an RTO. Okay, 38.63 coming through. Okay, it made its way all the way back. We were down here to 35 and change. Was wondering about that. We did talk about that early. What is this early break spot up here? Not a bad spot, 39.25. 39.25 on DraftKings should have been bought down here. If you ever anticipated some kind of a move up like this, DraftKings definitely a good name to have there. I'm also debating right now getting some more short here on AAL. But again, it just depends on what these futures want to do. Looks like we're topping out and coming back to the downside now. So hopefully some of these future trades or some of these American Airlines, RCL, Uber, look at our RCL guys. We still have this trade. We're still short up here, 71.75 to the downside. So that's a 75-cent winner. So although basketball is not back, it's coming back soon. I do like the Raptors' chances. 22-1. I don't know. Maybe worth a flyer there. What's up, Brendan?
Somebody was mentioning Codognostics there, guys. There was some directors selling shares over the past couple of days. They have to disclose whenever that happens. Just worth a mention, I think, as we kind of get to hopefully the downside of the hill here when it comes to the coronavirus. Codiagnostics on the testing side, right? They have a testing kit, so the fewer tests are being used throughout the world. The less demand, obviously, going to be a little bit negative for this. So 3% to the downside here today, although we are back to basically where we started on the day, 15.5 up to about 1580. Interesting levels on Codiagnostics, guys.
Just try to chase Nikola back through 60, back through 59. Ultimately, there's always a price you don't want to pay when you're chasing a short. So it opened back up. And what I always like to see, hold below that halt price. It immediately does this on the retest. I tried to pick some up. It just got down to this previous secondary break price at 56 even. So now we have a bit of a range that we can work off of. I'm going to call it this 55.75, so not 56. To the top end, I do like it around sort of 60 even would be that spot. If it ever takes out the high, 62.36 is a high again. You're probably looking at a break through that price. Don't hold any shorts through that. But we're looking as it just tests through that 56 area. And now we can see if we can engage in shorts. Starting to come off pretty heavily here in Nikola, guys.
Yeah, Nikola, big mover, obviously, to say the least, on this one. AAL still trying to come to the downside on here. Okay, we can check out some WFC. We've been looking at that name all day. We just haven't been able to get into anything yet. Nothing really super spicy on this name, but we are breaking upside once again here. I mean, look at this battle back. I mean, the futures just rocket this name back upside here. I still think this is a bit weak. This is a bit overdone. Anybody looking at WFC knows what we're talking about. This is a big move upside, 22.21. There was even talk about them liquidating some assets over to Goldman or JP Morgan back down here. That was part of this slide down. But right now, 32, 33, 34. The high is 34, so you're about $1 away from that. I don't think we get there today unless these futures rip up. So this may be worth a decent shot on this one. WFC looking to break back down below. It would be nice if it was below 32.90. So we'll get a look at that one on WFC. But I heard something, so I'm going to throw it to Valeria at the big screen, guys.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe is mostly in a negative territory. European stocks pulled back after 3-month highs on Monday, losing in healthcare and technology stocks. Well, Germany is down 0.41%. France is up 0.1%. Britain is down 0.2%. And Spain is up 0.3%. That's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Thank you very much there, Valeria. Only have 2 positions on worth mentioning to you, but I will put the position board up. We got reloaded over in Macy's. I talked about taking some up for a 10-cent win, adding back in front of 950 area and right at VWAP here on Macy's, and still long in VISL, of course, in front of that $1 mark. And remember, reversing to the short side on that trade. We also have a small, just a silver stock in Canada. Not much of a big mover, but I like to buy dips on GUY in Toronto. I'm hunting on this Nikola, and I did want to see if we could test back up to 60 even. It literally got to 57. It's not really, now that it's basically putting in a $2-3 range the last couple of minutes here. So I was hoping it would open up, make a move back up to 60 that we could have faded, but it's very, very shallow in terms of a bounce back. It's nicely holding this bottom here at 53 even, which gives you a defined range. But now you kind of have to short 56 if you want it, and then work into that 53. So a 56 short, it's a really tight $1.50 stop, which stinks to me, but it's about the only place we can work with here, unless it makes a bigger move back up to 60 even, at which case we have to take the short stop out there and then see if we can't work into something bigger a little bit higher up. And remember, still a long break is a possibility the way this is getting squeezed. So if it ever took out 62.50 at the top, you kind of got to try to go long at that price and see what you can work with there.
AAL, yeah. So, likewise on all these things, we just get a little more short on AAL there. Okay, it looks like Uber, it's been a good one for us. There's been no doubt about that. But now, for some reason, it just wants to go up. So we're going to get out of this one. I talked about it breaking through 60. It looks like that's going to happen pretty soon. So maybe we'll average in one last time on this name and then see what we can do to the downside here on Uber. But it is taking off a little bit here. So not going to be a good one. It will be about flat. It will be fine. But Uber right now making the moves to the upside. I'm still trying to check back in on Space. Virgin Galactic's getting close here to break that top. I think if it does break it, you could get a little bit of a boomer to the upside, and then you could just use 17 or even this little level here, 1696 or so, as you're out if you so wish. But Uber, darn it, Uber. We saw it rip all the way up there to 60. That was our out spot. Now it comes right back down. So a good opportunity to get short up there. Missed by me, but at least we still have it, and we're not out right now. But Uber, let's try to get some more up there, 36.60 to the top side on this name as it keeps on going, guys.
And Brennan has something for us. What we got there, bud?
A lot of little names, guys, in the little tiny real estate sector going crazy today. Exantex Capital, a name I've never even looked at before, XAN, up 50% on monster volume here. Just broke day highs once again for XAN. Talked about that MITT earlier. This is another one to add to that list, guys.
53 break here on Nikola, so missed the break on the downside. Now looking to see if it does shake anybody out here. It looks like it's at least giving a shot at it. I think this short, look, you can give this one to 56 if you want, but the next leg down would be about 50 even. That was the breakout to the upside that we talked about a little bit earlier on. So 50 has got to be a level here. If you have the short on, I do think you want to take profit in front of it. Nikola coming off very, very heavily. This one, you're probably giving to 55 at least. If you got this short at 53 here, I wouldn't average into it, not after this kind of a fall here, where we basically missed 57 and then we missed 53 break the first time through. Only going to give this $2. I still think it's a better short if it tests 60 at some point, and then maybe working its way back down to this 50 level. 50 should be a good base on Nikola either direction, guys. So I do like the 50 even price. I am going to try the short here. I'm going to add to it one time in front of 55, but 55 stops, sliding it from 57 as we've been chasing this one all the way down on Nikola.
Yeah, good look on Nikola there, and yeah, good look to everybody that's trading it. We are here, yeah, and congratulations. And here goes Uber, finally back into the 30s. So this is what we've been waiting for, guys. Unfortunately, we did miss that top buy there, or sell at 60. We were talking about the trade too much, but here we go, Uber to the downside. So yes, we punched this one in the face, and finally being able to get some out here. Let's see how far it does go down. There we go, cracking through. We take out some 28s there, so that's a banger right there. So from the gates of hell, we put it in there. Now Uber to the downside. Nice little trade. We talked about believing in this name. We're going to tweet this out, guys. Follow me on Twitter as well. Follow all of us here on Twitter. Let's keep coming downside now. Uber to the downside. Big move here. Thank you. After the future's now falling, I'm going to tweet this chart out. What up, Brandon?
Yeah, another big mover here. Party City, guys, 30% still positive, but look at the volume that just came in on the sell side. We got rejected up there, 275, 280. Just got absolutely slammed back down to 220 for PRTY. Guys, thank you all for the super chats again today. We very much appreciate it. We're bringing you all of this, obviously, for free. So any support is greatly appreciated. If you're joining us for the first time as well, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're back every single day. The market is open, guys.
Absolutely. And we got all of our VISL now. We just got a couple of fills there at 01. I checked 50. I mentioned 55, but your stop here is actually 56. This is low 55.71. I looked at on Nikola. Sometimes I'll point it out in the chart and then say the wrong number, guys. So this is the range we're now in. My price is in the middle here, 45.50. This is basically it, guys. I really do think if it breaks out here through 56, I'm not touching it until it goes to 260 and then makes another play. I think with a 54.50 short, we're risking about a couple of dollars here. 50 is sort of your target out. That gives you about $4 worth of a win. So we'll see what happens on the secondary play. We've tried it once. We missed the long a couple of times. Now we've chased this short. We've got an average price that I'm comfortable with in front of this level. But if it gets taken out at 56, we're just going to get away from Nikola. At some point, you know, you can't stand in front of the train too long here, but this is such a parabolic move. Once it halts and comes back in, I got to take a shot at it to the short side, which we've done here. I got to go back over to Macy's as well, guys. We've been short this one this entire time. Reloading at VWAP, like we mentioned, we do, but I haven't taken anything off. It made another 10-cent move to the downside. However, until it breaks 930 again, I'm going to be sitting in this short. When it breaks 930, I'll start taking my position off. I need more than just, you know, this little tiny move here to get me out of this Macy's. Stop is going to remain up here at 945 and then cross up to past 950. So short in Nikola, short in also Macy's with a long in VISL, which is still holding at one even. That's a heavy reverse short side if it ever breaks a buck, guys.
Yeah, congrats, guys. I'm seeing some people also tweeted at me here. They believe in me. They believe in me. So, yeah, we believe in ourselves, too, sometimes. Uber right now to the downside. We just tweeted that out. Bang, 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 bang. These are all shorts. So, finally, Uber, yes. Good call there. I got to shout out to Lousy Gamer, who gave it to me right down here. But that's okay. That was basically the worst short I had. But it enabled me to see all these levels. So, good little look there. We're getting lighter and lighter on this name as it goes. We just did cash out some AAL. So, thank you for the support on this name as well. We continue to be short here and here again, so we'll wait to see. I still think 1930 can come in. I still think lower on AAL. So let's just keep the train going on this name. AAL will put this back to the upside. Thank you for all the super chats for sure, guys. I know Brendan just mentioned that, but thank you to all of you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We do have our educational channel up now as well, Market Wisdom, and we're dropping a premiere. Volatility halts coming through at right after the show. So at 12 o'clock, we'll be there to answer your calls in the chat. But here we go. Come on, AAL. Let's keep going to the downside, and we'll see if we can't punch this one through 1950, then gets him out in the 40s again. But we are short now. 75 on this name. RCL, we did get out of that one up here. 71.70. That's basically for flat. So we just put the 80 cents in our pocket off this one. Should have captured it all down here. But yeah, oh well. Hindsight is 2020, as they say. Uber now falling back down again. Let's get in the 30s, buddy.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020. We'll go with the face slap action. Once again, the short blowing up there on NKLD there, guys. So it's Nikola, NKLA. Check that. Again, breaking to the upside. I'm not touching it till we get to about $60 here. Paying the price for missing out on that break long at 50. If it does roll over, I still maintain about a 50 targets for some support. It's supported one time at 53. If that breaks again, you're looking at 50 even, and then about 46.50 to about 47 here. That should be a bit of a chop range on Nikola. So just now in Macy's and VISL to the long side, although we are still looking at Hertz, you know, sort of heavily here. I did mention all morning long at 380 is going to be a break for me. At this point, it is looking relatively strong here above this 350 mark. It's kind of feeling like it's a scalp trade above 350 into that 380 mark. You got to sort of get out of it if it breaks 50, you know, down at 45, 44, something in that range. If you want to hang on to it a little bit longer, fair enough, maybe give it to the even. But any long at this price, I'm taking out in front of high of day and then breaking to the long at the high on Hertz. So it does look strong above 350. I'll probably scalp a few shares here in front of that 350 area, but not going to give it too far against me because I do think resistance is coming at 380. Brennan, what do you got?
Guys, another one just showing up on volume scanner here. We mentioned this one last week. FMCI, a little merger company and acquisition company, they picked up a privately held plant-based food company last week. Had a big pop on that. So just catching some volume here, up 6% for FMCI today, guys.
FMCI. We're going to also look at, good name there. And this is why you got to keep tuning into our show, guys. I mean, Brendan dropping some names that we've never even looked at. And that's what you need the news for, man. I can't say that enough. We have Refinitiv. We have the Icon terminal, very similar to those of you who know anything about the Bloomberg terminal. Very, very similar name there. I don't know what's going on with my VWAPs here. I got to figure this out because we're all the way down here on Softy. I don't know if that's going to be right or not, but I'll have to check out what's going on down here. But 185.60, 185.65. Let's see if we can't take some tops off here on Mr. Softy and then start going back upside here as the futures just want to keep going, guys. We are going to wait on this Uber trade. We just take another short there. We know we got to get out of this one if it breaks above 61. So we're going to watch out for Uber, but we did just add to that short all the way up there. What price was that exactly? 55. So we got another couple shares there at 55. Let's wait to see if we can't get back into the 40s on this name. And there it is right now. Microsoft busting through the long right now, 63, guys.
Yeah, speaking of upside, Spirit, which we're out of course. Remember, I mentioned on the chat who we trailed out of this one short all morning long. Got out when it broke back above 23.70. But now looking at 24.10 here as a nice little break opportunity. 24.50 was a level that we shorted off this morning. So anything I take long here, we're going to probably have to get out in front of that 50, at least some of it. First leg of profit for about 30, 40 cents. I think in that range if you get a clean break. And then after that, 25 is the next stop. So I'm going to start to look to see if we can't hold above VWAP and 24 even on Spirit. Then try a long trade into 24.50. A 24.50 break is reasonable enough as well. And then 25 is the next stop to the upside there. But I'll do it in legs because I'm still feeling, relatively bearish overall in Spirit today. So I want to take profit as it comes on these long breakout trades. First stop will be here if we can hold above 24.10. Just did a bit of a failed break there, as it printed almost nothing and almost entirely dark pools, went 2 cents and came right back down. So for me, that's not a clean break. If it makes one, we'll go long at 24.10-ish on Spirit.
185.36 or so down here. Yeah, I was just looking at this break here on Softy. We're going to see we're long right here. It's not doing anything. This is a 1 minute chart. So we're going to wait to see if it does come up downside here. 18.35. We always try to give you guys targets both ways. I mean, and obviously I think we can get up here into the 80s for sure, which would only be a 20-cent win, but we'll take some off and then we'll look to see the top side. If we get one at 86 break here at Microsoft, we are only up this 0.83. We'll see if we can. We have fully customizable charts here at Day Trade the World. We're using the P Pro 8 platform, guys. So there we go. We'll make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. There it is. A little bit of a title bar there. Microsoft still down on the day. We're long, literally right here, 185.63. So Mr. Softy's neighborhood back in the building. Okay, then we just shorted this one, 55s here on Uber. So, and then we take some out right away at 45. So that's a clean 10 cents there. We are waiting for more downside on this one. Actually, you know what? Let's just review our positions here if we can, guys. I'm going to hit the start button now, and then we'll talk about some of these here. So it's quite a decent board now. Only one long, and that's Microsoft. We just talked about that. That's flat. AAL, Hertz, and what's the last one we have on there? Uber short. So those are the three positions we have: short and one long Microsoft. Let's see if we can't find a winner here. But the Hertz is very, very light, guys. Just to let you guys know about that one. We're waiting to see if that one can break through $4.
Yeah, I'm going to go 380 long on Hertz, like I mentioned this all morning long here. But 370 just bounced one time. Of course, this was the top lower high that got put in at 10 o'clock. It's retesting that level now. There's not a heck of a lot in terms of size on the level 2 here at that 370 mark. I mean, 72 is where the real size is. So if you are shorting in front of that 370 high, just watch out. There is a bit of a seller, a couple of cents higher, that is better support than the 70 even, at least from a liquidity standpoint. Valeria has something. Let's throw it to her.
Thank you, Neil, and hello, dear viewers. Please join us today at 1:45 p.m. for the interview with CEO of MindMan. Guys, I'm sending the link on the chat, so save it and tune in at 1:45 for the live interview. And guys, of course, please support us with thumbs ups. We are very close to reach 1,000 likes. I believe we're just 200 away, so subscribe to our channel and hit the thumbs ups. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
Okay, Microsoft starting. We're very close to how many likes? 1,000 likes? 1,000 likes. Okay, that's not bad. Our record is 2,000, so let's see if we can get that high as well. Okay, those positions that we have on are just chilling out right now. We take some Microsofts out at 70. We talk about that. I was waiting, so that's only 10 cents, but I'm waiting here for at least 83, 84. That's my next stop here, 84. We'll wait to see if we can get there. What's up, Brendan?
Here we go again, guys. MITT. Keep going back to this little real estate group. Tight little consolidation here around this $6 even level. Broke to the upside. We're above 7 now, coming back. Tight little consolidation again now above $7. Let's see if we can break to the upside. This thing's up almost 100% on the day, guys.
Yeah, and the market, ES heading towards that top, guys. So NQ still trailing just a little bit here. But I'm watching the energy space and Oxy holding near these lows. No bounce here for Oxy at all off the bottom. Double bottom, however, at 22. You know, you see the strength in the market like this. Oxy's still up 7.5%. I mean, realistically, if you're going to go short, at some point there's going to be a 22 break opportunity for you. Hard not to see if it can't hold the high or low. To take a quick long in front of that 22 even. It gives you a dollar move up into front of VWAP here. And of course, made a dollar on that little short in front of VWAP. On the south side there, I think we'll take a shot here in front of that 22 double bottom. And again, at some point, we're probably reversing short if it broke it anyways. So we'll go with a couple of stops to make sure we get a reversal from that long into a short. But if we get anywhere near this 22, 10, 15 mark, we'll go long here in Oxy one time in front of that little 22 even bottom. I'm still long in that VISL, not really moving, but I also want to get you guys to Spirit Airlines, which has been my best stock of the day with a lot of bungles today. At least Spirit was fantastic. It still hasn't been able to break above that 24.10 mark definitively. It's holding right here, poised for a break. If the futures break higher, this is another one that can make a run. And again, first level 24.50, second level 25 even. And we're watching Hertz. Remember 370, 372 was where the seller was on this level here. So I know it broke this little lower high here. At 372, it has to break to get that run to 380. I'm not long until a 380 break, however, on Hertz. So we can break this all at once. It can retrace to 350. I think that's going to be a buy opportunity for you at least one time. But 380 is the big break I'm watching for on Hertz, guys.
And bang, there it is, guys. We smile again on Uber. I mean, this has been a big stock for me today. We keep talking about it over and over again. We're giving it till 60. I hope you guys are able to trade this the way I am today, because it's been a good one. My number one stock by far today is Uber. We just keep pushing this short. Now I think we'll leave it on because we don't know what the downside is going to be if this futures ever do come back into reality here a little bit. We do have Uber short. Great trade on right now. 17 pennies in the money. We did take out some of our softy up here at 80. It did get as high as 92 there, but we cashed them out. 84 was our best out. We'll wait to see if this one wants to keep going. So for that, we want the futures to go up. We are ready for Brendan. What's up, bud?
We mentioned some of the insurance companies, guys, moving higher today. AIG here just took the high out, day highs now for AIG on decent volume. This level over here from back on Friday is up at $39 even. So probably next stop for AIG, up 4% now, or 7% now for this name, guys. Keep in mind, coming up at 12:01 p.m., we're going to have another education video premiere on volatility halts. There's been a lot of them today. Chesapeake Energy, go have a look at that chart, guys. Lots of volatility halts right across the board. Coming up at 12:01. Stay tuned.
Yeah, you know, Chesapeake Energy, in addition to, I'm looking at Occidental right now, just got the first little bit into that position to the long side. Chesapeake's actually sort of calmed down a little bit here after, I'll count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 halts, 6 halts actually throughout the day, all volatility halts. It's come back in. You do have a 47 even level here that it hasn't been able to break past since the open, and then sort of a hard bottom here at 41. That's a wide range on Chesapeake. Just remember, with the split, it's sort of all relative. There's not a lot of liquidity in this name, despite the fact that it's done 5 million shares. So you're probably looking for it to break or hold one of these levels, top or bottom. Inside of that range, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Only long right now, Occidental 22.47. I like that one in front of 22 with a reversal short, but we also have VISL in front of 1 even. Again, that one will hold until it either breaks 1, we're going short, or it gets up to that 115 mark. So about a 10% return we're looking to lock in on VISL.
And here we go, guys. It's chicken winner dinner time, because here we go, breaking through 186. You know we're long softy down here, 186. 185.60. So good little look here. 40-cent ripper there for Microsoft in just a couple of minutes here. About 10 minutes straight to 186. So bang, we have that one for you. And do we have the short in Uber? Yes, we do. So look at some of these outs here, guys. 26, 25s. We talked about it coming back to the downside that we'd let some of these move down. So there it is. Nice little trade here. We'll review what we have on for you guys and we'll hit start because right now we can chill out a little bit more. 8-cent winner now on AAL. That short, you guys see that? Microsoft, 42 cents in the money. So for that one, we explode that. But Uber's really the big money spot. Look where we're short, guys. We just took that trade. 36.54. That's 20 plus pennies in the money. Bye-bye, Softy, as we break through. 186 now. Still going to the upside here on Microsoft. 186.07. We did it again, guys. Another 50-penny winner live for you right here on the show. And we talked about it when it went against us. So you could have easily had this trade with us here. Now we go to the upside. Welcome, guys. It's floss time. I know you all want to see Valeria floss, but she already did that. Maybe something special can happen at 50,000 viewers, but you need us to get there. So help us out, guys. Everything turning gold right now.
Yeah, and also Hertz turning around. So remember we said that 372, not 370. This is why it's an advantage to have that level 2 and be able to see what's going on instead of just watching a chart, because you have to stop here at 370, obviously off of this lower high that it put on, but we turn around at 72 because that's where the seller was. That's why for me, I wasn't going long till a 380 break. Let's see what happens. If it bounces off VWAP again, I'm going to try a little bit of a long in front of 350. Otherwise, I think at this point we can probably short now in front of that 72 mark. We're always reversing at 80. We're doing nothing in between those two prices. So we'll take a shot here on Hertz if we get back up in front of 72. Otherwise, it's one long in front of VWAP. If we can't hold that, I think we're going to see $3 at some point today, guys. So, the shorts were good early on in Hertz, but you had to take your profit in front of 3 even. I think that'll be the same thing if we break VWAP here. You're going to want to make sure you grab that profit. 380 still remains the break, however. That's that high of the day. If that goes, watch out for a move to about 450. I think it's got lots of juice in it if it takes out that. Lots of people probably still feeling good about shorts as long as it's held that little high at 380, guys.
Wow, NIO taking off as well to the upside. Good look there by, nice. Again, the chat's going too fast. I can't see it and trade and host, but whoever talked about NIO there, good little breakthrough, $6. Typically a stock that we'd like to look at, just haven't looked at it today, so our apologies on that one. Took some softy out up here, 55 cents or so winner, but that's nothing. Well, it's great, we'll take it, but we are waiting for a little bit more, but watch out for these futures coming back to the downside here. We'll take some more out, 84, 85 if that does happen, maybe a little bit out on the 186 break, but I don't want this coming back down just in case we do retrace. These NASDAQ names could be weak, although NASDAQ at all-time highs. What up, Brendan?
A couple minutes ago here, guys, but just seeing this headline, Saudi energy minister saying July to September cuts will be higher than quota for members with a week May to June compliance. So more cuts possible for July to September, it sounds like, from OPEC, guys.
Okay, that's certainly good to know.
Okay, OPEC.
I'm going to go back to one of these high flyers here, DGLY, Digital Ally. It's sort of putting in a little bit of a flag at the top here. I have it a 485 as a high price, certainly. That could be worth a break at some point in the afternoon. Watch out, short for me at 420. And we keep saying, I feel like we're saying this on a daily basis. It's like traders are turning 420 into a key level on every single stock. It is what it is. But yeah, we're watching 420 for a break to the downside in Digital Ally. I don't like it in the middle much here, but a 485 break long. You might run into some resistance at 5 even just because it's 5 even, but I like that breakout. If it fails through 5, it might actually give you a reload on a failed break. So 420 short on Digital Ally, 485 break. Inside, I'm not going to be touching this one, DGLY. I want to make sure it breaks out of this range.
Yeah, good look on all of these names today. And look at American Airlines. Bang! We've been bearish on this name all day long. And yes, it's paying off. We're about flat on it, believe it or not. But that's why we're trying to get a little bit excited here. I have to see what's going on with my charts, guys. I mean, if you guys are looking at VWAP, I actually feel bad. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to have to relook at what's happening with this being all the way down there. But I am now short and been short since this, 1986 here. So that's a good year. But that's where we're short. Back down now, 1960. Okay, that's where we're at right now. We just took some off here at 1960 or 1959. Best out 55. I still think we can get back down here, so we're going to wait on AAL for that one. And bang! bang softy as well. So we confetti that one all the way up to 186.20. We bang that one off. Those of you that watch us, Joseph, what's up to you? What's up to Eric? You guys know that we love trading Microsoft here on the show. So big trade on Microsoft right here, 186.50, believed in that name, and then hit that to the top side. Now, still got about 30% of that trade on, so we'll see if they can keep going up. We are slowly getting it out just because, look at this, guys, futures back to basically day's high. What you need to do is break 32.11 to see that number, but we're only at 09. So if that does happen, then Softy obviously continues to go higher. Maybe we take some out right now. 65-cent winner on this name. Uber still hovering around the 40s, so we've taken it out a couple times. I want to see what happens lower here, but again, not trying to fight these futures.
Yeah, someone asking about AMD for the long play. I've been waiting sort of patiently for AMD to get back above VWAP, break 52.85. Again, this little failed break is what got me to be patient with this name. The second it went through our stop area and couldn't even hold above, forget about it. I'm just going to wait for a better play here. Yes, you've given a nice little bottom here, 52.40 or so that we're trying to hold, but with the futures kind of sitting right around the top in rollover territory, have a long in Occidental, which is a similar structure here. The difference is Oxy's in the energy space, which is very, very strong relative to AMD, which is actually down on the session here. So I don't love the long until we get a break at 52.85. I'd much rather play bottoms in some other names here, like an Oxy in front of 22 is where I've chosen to put the money in terms of the long play. For the short, we do have a couple of names that we're watching here. One of them, I'm not going to get to Chesapeake there. I'll probably cover that in a second. But one of those names here was that Nikola play. And what did I say? Wait for 60 to short, let it test that price and make a run at it and then jump into it. I don't do that. We end up losing on the short for the second time in this name. It does make the test close to 60, bouncing off 59 a couple of times before finally heading back down. Here's the thing, and this is where the trick comes in. It's still kind of in this parabolic range that it had earlier on in the session. I want to see it eventually get down to that $50 range. I think if that can't hold, that's where your real juice is going to be on any kind of a downside play. But also, if there's going to be a secondary push to the upside, I would think that it would have tested 50 at some point. So if it tests 50 and comes back up, you're probably looking at another break to the upside at some point in Nikola, whether at 60 even or 62.50, which is where I'm going to break out long if it gets there. Either one of those could be the bigger play. Inside of this range just looks way too tricky for me to jump back in here, guys. So Nikola got to break out in a big way for me to get involved. I am looking to add to the Occidental position here as we're now holding pretty nicely above that lower high, or the higher low, sorry, at 22.10, 22 low of the day. We would reverse short of 22 went, but I like building a long position here. So I'll try to see if I can get more shares. 22.25, 22.30. We started it here in the 40s. I want to build something long in this energy name, Occidental. Brennan, what do you got for us?
Yet another name from the real estate group. It's a popular one today. WPG, guys, just making day highs here on a volume spike. Huge pop up to 190. We're coming right back in, though, to 175. But 55%, this entire group just going nuts today. We are under 25 subscribers away, guys, from 35,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already today. Let's get to 35,000 if you can help us out with that, guys.
And how you like those apples there, Uber? So today we go perfect on this stock. Boom, there it is, nice little uppercut there. Look at Uber, fall. We talked about not getting some out until this did happen. I did want to give a shout out to, I saw Vern on the chat there. What's up, Vern? Always retweeting my stuff, following me on Twitter as well. Thank you for that, guys. Thank you, Joseph, Vern, Eric, all of you guys as well who are following me and tweeting at us and keeping this community alive and well. Look at Uber. Short. What is short sell? Check out our market wisdom page. Valeria, drop that link when you get a chance. What is short selling? All of these purple ticks to the downside. These are all shorts, and we've just been loving the short here all day today, and there's not one long in here. These are all covering our short. So we take another one out, 25s, and we're short, guys, right here. 36.55 right now, so a nice little 35-cent win on that one. Oh, yeah, and by the way, bang that out on Microsoft. This is a 50-cent winner as well. So two 50-cent winners on, and then AAL, which we've only been short as well. This name is on right now. So long Microsoft, short AAL. We just captured some more profits there at 50. Look, guys, I still think AAL tanks today, but we've just been taking it out, rinsing and repeating the same trade. We are nowhere near our best moment of the day. I think that might have been right at 9:30 before we started shorting everything. But right now, we're making some money back. It's been a great last hour or so for me. So yeah, we've been hitting the winners. And there goes Uber as well. Bang, bye-bye. That's a floss no matter which way you have this one. We just short 55s there. We've been waiting for 60 to break. I hope you guys have this with me. Let me know if you do. It's been a big stock there. Good trade here on Uber, guys.
Yeah, watch out for NCLH here through 25.10. It's making a nice little base here if it can break out. This could be a nice little long for you guys here on Norwegian. Basically looking at Carnival most of the time, but certainly a firm level. I just saw some sellers picking up at that price. So if they ever get broken, you're going to want to watch out for a long there, guys. People are asking about a lot of different names here. We're trying to get to as many as possible. NEO has made a very, very strong move to the upside. It's basically holding this $6 range, which was a bit of a key level. If you want to go back to last week, Friday, it broke that off of the open before having a big time flush. So it got like 5 or 6 cents, 607, 608 before a huge flush. 610 for me then becomes a breakout. I'm not going to be tricked into 605, which is the current high. It did try to get through that price and then flushed after that on Friday. You also saw a bit of resistance in the afternoon on Thursday at that price as well. So I will not be going long on a breakout at the high of day on NEO at 605. But if it breaks 610, yeah, I'll be interested in that break to the upside. So NEO, I like it at 610, not here at the high of day 605.
I did have an order. Yeah, NIO, a good name there for sure. We've been talking about that for a while on the show, and I love that name at $4. Can't believe that one. We didn't have that. But okay, just to give you guys an update here, I'm now in hold mode for Microsoft. It's been such a great trade for me. I don't really need to worry about this anymore, so we're going to give it all the way back to where we're in, guys. Let's just let Microsoft run the rest of the day. We know it can have legs if it needs it. We are pretty light. We only have 20 or so % of our position left on Microsoft. So we'll let this one ride to the top. Great trade here. Can't say enough about that one. Our Uber, this is why you take, oops, that's not Uber. Our Uber, this is why you take some Uber out when you get back down here. Our best out there, 21s. It does drop as low as 14s. We'll wait to see. Have some bids down there again. But our stop orders are now canceled for upside. I will not be shorting Uber anymore. It's 11:32. I've crushed this stock. We've taken enough money out of it now. I'm not going to give it to the upside. I may even go long if it does break up there. Shout out to, who was it? Connor. Thank you. We love you for watching the show as well. Oh, it was PJ Marisco here. So just to give, I responded back to you here. Good analysis here by PJ. If you're watching the show here, I'll give you a shout out. Talking about Uber, thinks it can go another 6 to 8% on a pop. So I did respond to him, of course. Talked about great analysis. Keep an eye on the long, but right now I'm favoring the short. And those of you that know, the short right now has been reining in that cash. But thank you to PJ if you're watching. There's a shout out for you as well, my friend, on the show. So keep coming back to follow us all on Twitter. I'll respond to you guys as much as I can. What up, Brandon?
MFA, guys, another one from the financial group here. It's been a very, very strong sector so far today. MFA up 20%, just breaking out of this consolidation. Had a bit of a down move into the open, but we've been consolidating all morning, breaking upside now. 330 got taken out there on a decent volume spike for MFA. Guys,
remember VISL gave this one to you at a $1 even level. You got to watch out for this one if it ever broke a buck. I think it's got some juice to the downside, but we also mentioned going long in front of it. I just took the first leg out, and we've been holding at this price the entire time. Once it takes out 5, that's where I'll start to work out of it in front of 115. 115 is a breakout on this trade to the long side. I don't think there's much of a... There's just not a heck of a lot standing in its way if it breaks 115 to 150. But this long at a buck, I'm looking for a 10% return on it on average. So as I get out between 5 and 15, average out should be about 110, and then you're long right here at 101 in front of that one even, guys. So it's one of those trades where you hold it all morning long. I actually get in multiple times. I'm showing you Friday's action so you can see why we're structuring the trade as we are. All of these crazy lines here, just my orders that are sitting there, ready to get taken out. The first one just got triggered, so we'll put the floss on for this one. Patience pays in a game like this one on a break of 1 even. Make sure you're aggressive enough, both getting out at a stop and making sure you get that short. I've seen these go from $1 to like 85 cents on a dime when they turn around. So make sure you're aggressive enough, both getting out of the long and the short. But so far, it's just going in the money for us. I'll be all out in front of 115 and looking to break long at 115 VISL here. But it is 11:35 already. Wow. That means we need to go up to Valeria for the European close.
Ew.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. European markets are closed now, mostly in a negative territory. Let me update you on the numbers. Britain is down 0.12%. Germany is down 0.16%. France is down 0.23%, while Spain is up 0.44%, and Italy is up 0.29%. That's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Yeah, keep us updated on those European numbers, huh? Okay, guys, 36.33 here on Uber. Thanks again. Shout out to you, Vern, for watching again, and thanks for those comments. Yeah, great trade on Uber. It's been my best stock today. I don't need to keep bringing that up, but that's what we are doing right now is Uber. So, okay, AAL, we're still waiting on that one. I apologize. Let's check out the worst stock by far for me today. And screw you, Apple. We're all the way back. See, again, this VWAP, I got to figure out what's going on with these charts today. Maybe it's because these crazy prints are all the way down here, but no way VWAP should be all the way down here. But I guess because I have the different view put on, so we'll fix that in a minute. But here we go, Apple. This is where we were long, a baby tester, and then we get stopped out briefly before basically almost calling the bottom. But Apple, a nice little runner there. Thank God we went back to our friend here, Microsoft. That name should be good to go moving forward. But as I said, Microsoft, we're going to give it all the way back here. We're out of everything. We have 10% left, and those of you that watch the show know that we like to run with 10% here. I'm going to fix VWAP, and then I'll get back to you guys in a minute.
Absolutely. Someone was just asking Eric there on the chat a good look. 1725 on Virgin. You are right, Space. 1725 would be the break. I'd watch out if it can't hold above 17 even, but better yet would be a breakdown below VWAP. I would like that much better. The only other long position I have on is Occidental, in addition to VISL, which I just sort of was talking about to you guys earlier. Oxy is still holding on this low, looking at like it wants to consolidate. We had one short. That gave us about 23 to 22, so a nice little dollar move. Now we're looking to see if we can't hold that bottom and make a move back up to that 23 mark. So 42 is our current price. We'd only add if it got down to the mid to low 20s. Otherwise, 22 bottom. We're going to jump back and look at nickel. I know some of you guys are asking about that name as well. But Brendan has something for us. Let's go to him.
Yeah, just found this TXMD. If you like the little ones, lower price stocks with all kinds of liquidity, kind of directional moves, TXMD, nice trend to the upside today. Tons of volume, tons of liquidity available here. 26% move on the day. They announced a couple of new products today. There's also a couple of price target increases on Therapeutics MD, guys.
And anybody that can guess how many fills I have today will win a shout out here on Twitter. So let me know how many fills you think I have today. I mean, look alone on Uber here. I'll just give you an example on Uber, how many fills I have. 50 fills here, exactly 50 fills. Right now, you count up all of these ticks here on Uber and you'll get 50 there. It's not my number one stock. I'll give you a little hint here on that one. That's AAL. More than 50 fills here on AAL, and we think we're going to break down, so I'm not going to be bidding too much more here. We'll get a little bit out if we can around 50. Actually, I'm canceling those bids right now. So we'll wait to see if AAL wants to fall. We're going to give Uber the rest of the day to fall as well, and Microsoft's about to get out right here as we've given that one all the way back down here as well. So let me know how many you think. Wow, okay, 500. Okay, big one there.
That's a
342, 327. Samuel Trotman, I'm giving shout outs here without even telling you who's right. So you guys are getting very, very close. Yeah, I'll just give it right now. I'm going to give Samuel Troutman here a shout out. You're very, very close with 230. It's 216. So at Samuel, I'm going to give you a shout out right here. You are correct, my friend. 216 fills so far. So there it is. There's the shout out there. Tweet me and I will retweet you as well, Samuel, at Trader TV Sean. Good little look there. 216 fills. Mind getting out of Microsoft right there. 217 fills now, guys. Good trading today. Not a very positive day, but overall, decent amount of winners, decent amount of losers. We'll be back tomorrow for sure.
It's one of those sort of mixed days, and I feel like sticking to the names that have been possible for me has worked out. But I'm going to jump over to Carnival for the first time today. It's looking like it wants to break a little bit lower here. Just broke 24. You also have a level here at 24.35 that you can work off of. Futures sort of coming back in a little bit. So I'm going to work into a Carnival cruise around this VWAP, see if it can't retest the bottom. The good news here is it's been a nice downward trend, retracement trend. A lot of names have this sort of similar setup, guys. So I'm working into a Carnival short. It's the only short I have on. VISL, we're long. Oxy, we're still long. That's flat for me right now. 42 long. It's at 45 right now. But we'll try to see if we can get a price in and around 24.15 to 24.20 with a 24.35 area stop on Carnival Cruise Lines in the short trade. First one in a while here, as it's been basically only longs for me in the last 30 to 40 minutes or so. Now we got a short to put on in Carnival.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out some Boeing here. I may take some BA. I was looking at WFC to the short side on this VWAP break of 32.90. That's legit. We fixed our VWAP chart here. So yeah, now we get that up on our board. This again, anybody looking at volume weighted average price. We talk about that all the time on the show. So I wanted to leave the headline up here to show you. Those are the only marker I'm making on this chart here is volume weighted average price. I don't even have volume on here. I mean, I can see volume. A few different charts we're looking at here. On my left side, we do have a 3 minute, a 1, yeah, good camera there. 3, a 12, a daily, the futures, and then some oil in the middle here, and then again up on this side for some hot lists. So you guys talk about that, and we do have another segment coming on how to prep your trades, how to search for things like that. So definitely looking at that there from this side of things. So we're going to wait on Boeing. That's what I wanted to look at here. Boeing. So we type in BA and we don't go over to it. Yeah, nice little bottom here at 229. I was looking to grab this long at 229, but it's bounced up a buck and a bit off there. So now we got to sort of look at these levels. This was kind of that garbage here. If we could take that out, maybe we go higher, 330.65. Let's wait to see on Boeing, 330.65. I do kind of like that long, guys.
Yeah, and speaking of, sort of long opportunities, watch out for XSPA here. Just going to zoom out a little bit so you can see. If you're watching the pre-market, there was a top around 230. It just turned around off that price. Ignore these little wicks here. That's dark pool dumping that happens, overnight prints that just get bunched in there. But you are looking at a 230 break to the upside, 235. Seems like it's the high of the day, but that was only light volume in the pre-market. So a 230 break on XSPA. It's down on the session 8%, but it is trying to claw its way back to the upside, and I'm watching that one for a breakout to the upside there. I am still long in Occidental. That is now heading back up for us. I'm not going to be taking anything off. I want a target of a break of VWAP here, so I won't take anything off until we've gotten through 2280. Yeah, we're long at 2240, so I'm looking at least 40 cents before I'm taking any profit on Oxy. And from there, I want to hold the second half up to 23. And then if you get a break through that price, 2360 is the next level upside, not 2350 for me. Brendan, what do you got?
Just having a look, guys, at Gilead here. What an opportunity to the downside here for Gilead. We mentioned the news with AstraZeneca, but you can see at the bottom there, yeah, the EMA, European officials getting an application for approval for remdesivir as a treatment for COVID-19 over in Europe, guys.
Yeah, well, when did that hit? I mean, that didn't even seem to be really doing anything here. GILD. We talked about remdesivir before. That was one of the biggest names to start some of the rallies and some of these names, but it really never came through. So we'll wait here on Gilead. Again, shout out to Handsmaid Tale. Anybody knows anything about that? Okay, someone here, I guess it was Traders from Wakanda. Is Wakanda's a real thing? I'm not even sure. But here we go. What's up to Traders from Wakanda? Talked about where was my stop on this entry. I tweeted him back and gave him that out here at 185 and change on that. So again, just some more talk here on Twitter. So guys, if there's ever any questions you have, very hard for me to get back to you on the middle of the day. But right now it's 11:45. So we go a little slow right now in the market. Only 2 positions we can talk about right now because that's all that we have on. And I'm going to wait to put another one on. But of course, it's been Uber's been just such a cash money stock for us. That's 34 pennies in the money right now. And AAL down 6.5 cents from this spot. Only 2 shorts on right now. It's been a big day, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're only a few away. We probably got it now. I don't know, Valeria, if you can let us know. I think we probably got that 35,000. So there we go. We've already talked about it. Thank you for that, Brendan. Just a quick one, too, guys, today. Yeah, we'll go to Brendan in a second here. This is who's coming up. MindMed, guys, join us. I think it's 145. It's been confirmed. So that's MMED is the ticker here. It says Neo Exchange. That is where they're listed. Your broker may have it on the Toronto Stock Exchange, the TMX. So MindMed here today. LSD, look, it's a controversial spot, but nothing wrong with some advancements in medicine. So we'll wait to see what they have to talk about. CEO and friend of the show, J.R. Ron coming through as well. So you can find on our Market Wisdom page. I'm not sure we have anything when Kevin O'Leary was here, but he's an early investor in MindMed. So a quick check on the name here. We have it listed in TO, so that's .TO here. And again, not much movement, but a nice little 1.4 4 million shares on the day, Brendan.
Yeah, exciting news for them. They're leading the way in that space, obviously, when it comes to medical research in the psychedelic space. So yeah, JR Ron, MindMed coming on at 1:45 for a little chat on some breaking news that they had today. I wanted to mention this one, AIKI Therapeutics company, guys, just popping up. If you like the little penny stock game, guys, huge volume spike here for AIKI, 4.7%.
And another hold here on CCL at VWAP. This is basically the first time it held here. We got the short on the breakdown. We then took some more short in front. I tried to even add a third time to this position in front of that sort of 24.20 mark. I stop up here at 35.40. I want to see if this one can break 23.80 or so before we take any shares off. Again, at this time of day, you want to show a little bit of patience in the move. If it does have a tight enough range for long enough, then I'll consider scalping some off. But either way, continuing to roll over a little bit here on Carnival Cruise Lines, which we are short in. We're long in Occidental. That one is still basically flat. And again, as long as we hold the low of the day in Oxy, I'll be comfortable holding this long position, not taking anything off until we get up to that 22.80 mark. We do like this trade, relative strength overall in the energy space as opposed to some of the other longs that we could be working with. And then VISL, again, I'm not going to go over that one again. I just tweeted that one out about $1. You could take a 5% return if you had liked it. I'm looking for a little bit more there. I explained my reasoning. $1 to $1.15 is a key level. A 115 break I even like. But here comes CCL now moving to the downside, guys. It's in the money about 10 cents. But like I mentioned, I want to see a bigger move. It holds VWAP nicely. I think there's a good shot to get back to 23.50, that low of the day. We'll take some off in front of that, but I want to be short some if it breaks a low and then continues this trend all afternoon long. We'll have a little piece of it the whole way.
Yeah, and not that we're trying to bottom pick anything. CCL, I do love that, so I'm not even going to talk about it, but I do like that short as well. I did not pay for shorts in this name, so okay, here we go now. Nice little move down as Uber continues. Nicola, I know Neil's been trading that. We've had to pay for shorts, so I didn't do it. Should have definitely do that. What price am I going long, BA? How convenient. See, sometimes I get to look at the chat there, and I'll shout you out there. Sirak Tadesi, I hope that was okay. Yeah, 329, I did like that support. It just bounced off there a couple times. We're going to wait to see. You do have support down here at 238. I don't like, and look, this is the thing, guys. I'm not going to put on big capital here. It's 11.48. I don't want to give too much advice here. This is kind of, look, I love giving advice, and this is advice right now. Take hands off right now. Look at Boeing. Look at Boeing right here. We're stuck. There we go. We're stuck in these little two ellipses here. High of about, this is the future, sorry. High of about 32.06, a low of about 32.03. So until we can break out, which it looks like we might be doing, then I flip over to Boeing, which, and this is why I talk about it, looks, again, mind these wicks, it kind of looks like the same thing, where you're building in right here into a position. And then right now you're kind of trying to break out. That's probably too high. You're trying to break out of 231. So I think if 231 can break, and we can get a breakout back up here to 233, that's kind of where I like Boeing. So right now we'll wait for 231. I got you. What up, Brendan?
Walmart, guys. One name I don't think we've mentioned today, but 2 days in a row here. Big flush at the open for Walmart, down about 1%. Once again today, you can see back on Friday, big flush at the open, down to this 120. Hey, guess where we are again? If you go up to the daily chart on Walmart, 120, big time level for this name. So it needs to stay here or support at 120 if it wants to get back to the upside. But Walmart, 2 days in a row to the downside, guys.
Yeah, good look on that setup there, Brendan. One setup, I know there's only about 10 minutes left before we're going to be jumping from the live trading show into our education video on our Market Wisdom channel. It's going to be a live premiere of volatility halts. There's been a few of them today, so it's always a good thing to understand. Whether you trade those types of volatile moves or not, you always want to make sure you're continuing your learning. So before we get to that, I want to leave you with a stock that I'm not in right now, but DGLY. 485. If this breaks to the upside through this double top, this is a long all day for me. 420. Yeah. I know you guys are going to joke about it in the chat, but 420 is going to be a level here. Also breaking short on DGLY. So bracket for me, top and bottom will go either direction on a breakout in the afternoon. Or look, if it happens in the next couple of minutes, we'll see if we can't get it before the end of the show there. So we'll do that if we can. Not in it, but we plan to be active in DGLY at either of those prices. I do have a few positions on. I want to make sure we can update them before we get into the end of the show here. So let's throw it up. I do have Carnival short here at 24. It's in the money. It's been in the money 10, 15 cents at a time. 20, I guess, is where I'll start to take a bit of it off. then working down towards that low of the day. I'm long in Oxy. That one, 22.42.5 is my average price. I don't know why this doesn't come on there. Go back on. Thank you. 22.42 long. That's in the money about 15 cents. Again, I'm not taking any of that out till it gets close to 75 or 80. And then, of course, I still have a VISL long at 101, and I just got in some Hertz on a break of the high. 380 was the break price. We just got it. So finally, we're into Hertz on that break. We said when it broke 380, we'd get involved. Now it's making that test of the top. If it fades and wants to give me some entries down in the 65 range, stopping people out, I'll take that too, guys.
Yes, we will. And we'll also take here, I just took some more out on Uber. I don't know what's going on. I mean, the futures are now bumping up here. Boeing, yeah, 231 and change. We'll go long about 230.75. We did talk about that. What I was busy talking about before I got distracted by the question there, and that's fine, distract all the way here, because it's Nikola. I did not pay for shorts. That's what I was talking about. So I'm waiting for 54 to break. 54 breaks, then let's go back to the upside here. Again, maybe 100 shares or something on this name. It can drop and roll. As you guys can see, from no problem here off that halt, gets as high as 62, now falling back down. You know, VTIQ, we talked about that last week. So Nikola now back into the game here, trying to break through 52. I like it on a break through 54. Space Virgin Galactic here. I bought some options on this last week. I just checked. They were in the money as we tried to break up. Come on, chart. 17.25 doesn't do that, fades back down, now back. So I will wait to see what Space wants to do. Maybe we break down below this VWAP as well. Failed breakout on Space for sure. They tried to get this thing to run to 25. Lucky that I put it at 25. My bid did not get filled. We were trying to go long 25. So we'll wait to see on Space there. That's going to be my long break. I think it can break out in the afternoon. So watch out for 17.25. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't. I know we're over 1,000 likes now as well and over 35,000 subscribers. We just went live back in April, guys. So join the fun. We're here every single day.
Absolutely. At least for the time being, we're holding right at that 380 mark. So we tried to flush some people out of that long. Now remember, 370, 372 on the way up. Anytime you get a breakthrough at a price like 380, look to see it retest one of the next level's downside. So I did try to pick some up when it bounced off 370, then had chased it all the way to 377. I'm not going to chase it any further at this point. So I tried to pick some up. It's sort of a patented move on a breakout trade to see if that you can get some more shares of that flush, improving your price. I wasn't able to do it this time, so my price remains above 380 at this point. But Hertz on the move to the upside here, back at 380. Brennan, what do you got?
Seen a real retail group here, guys. ASNA down again today. We had a big move to the upside on Friday. This is a name that's had possible bankruptcy rumors chasing it down over the past couple of weeks, but another move to the downside here for ASNA. Decent volume on this. There's a seller up here between 40 and 50 that keeps refreshing and refreshing and refreshing, looking like it might want to move to the downside. ASNA, guys.
It's never too late to throw a little bit of fireworks on here. First leg out on this Carnival Cruise Line trade. And again, the ones that have been patient trades have been so much better for us here as Hertz makes another move to the upside. I'll take some shares out in front of 44 even, sorry. It'd be kind of ridiculous not to. But Carnival, first leg out, 23.80. So that's the 20 cent when we talked about looking for 40 and 60. And then a break of the low of the day. We'll hold on to that one all the way. But going to start working out of Hertz to the upside. Look, again, even dollar levels just sort of are low-hanging fruit. So I will take shares off in front of it. I've taken a little bit out here. We just got some 87s. That's the first 5 cents. We'll take some out between 5 and 10. We'll take some out between 10 and 15 in front of 4 even. Again, I only like this one above that 370 range, which was that previous lower high. So on a pullback, we might take one shot buying a dip. We missed the first one. I'll try to grab the second one, run to 4 even. I want some shares on board if 4 goes, but I will be taking a lot of, at least half my position off in front of 4 even on this 380 long in Hertz. If it's a breakout all afternoon, you want exposure to it the whole way, guys.
And yeah, we're taking a little win here on AAL again, guys. This is the stock that we've just been having all day long, and we continue to be short this name right here. 1985 on the short here on AAL, out right here at 58.59. I still think, I don't know why I missed this one, breaking down here to 43. We're going to put some bids down here below 50 now, as this one should break. This is just a 18 penny winner. Uber still a 20 penny winner, but we're basically out of Uber now, so we'll wash our hands of that one and basically go perfect on that today. That's the kind of day it's been on Uber. I'm going to call it a perfect day, just shorting all. I mean, how can it get any better other than, shorting the beginning of the day? Thank you to Lousy Gamer for bringing this up. Bang, 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 bang. What up, Brandon?
One for the road here, as we say. 9, guys, little energy name up 94% today. The move in energy stocks couldn't come soon enough for this name, regaining minimum bid requirements by the NYSE today. So huge volume behind this move as well, just coming back in through $6, back down below 5 now, but 90.5% for NINE. One to have a look at this afternoon. Let's have a look, guys, coming up at 12:01. Everybody's going to jump over to our Market Wisdom page, and we're going to have a look at a premiere of an education video on volatility halts in about 5 minutes. Before we get to that, we're going to have a look at what's coming up after market today and before the open tomorrow. As far as earnings, we are getting to that point in earnings season where there's not a lot to look at. Stitch Fix, the only one up there I can see, guys.
What about Signet Jewelers? I mean, Tiffany has been in play as well. Yep. But SFIX is... Guys, hold on a second.
Stitch Fix is certainly probably the top of the list, I think, for those names looking at tomorrow. And then from there, look, you got to stick to travel. You got to stick to energy, the way all of those names have been moving today.
Now, I just want to bring up Stitch Fix here. It's only on 1.8 million shares, so it may not be good. Let's take a quick little daily chart. This is what I couldn't believe. That's why I said, whoa, switch Stitch Fix. They're not because of the name, but just because of the price. I thought it was still in the teens, but we're all the way up here at 25. So, yeah, it got past this garbage at 17 and then just kept on going. So we'll see if the momentum can continue. Maybe possibly a good name here. I want to shout out to Wisdom Gate. Thank you so much for that super chat. A smooth 10 there, so that's a good one. Thank you so much for that. As you guys know, we do the show for free. I mean, some days we win, some days we lose, but it's honesty here. We're building a trading community, so come back tomorrow. Thank you so much, Wisdom Gate, and everybody that was helping us out today with those super chats for sure. So only 3 minutes to go, guys. We have the premiere coming up, volatility halts. Yeah. So that should be fun. We'll do that in just a couple minutes, guys.
Yeah, and before we get to that, I'll just quickly review this Hertz trade, guys. So a few more shares out there in front of that 390 mark. There was a big seller. I thought I threw that in the chat there, sitting at the 89 mark that did get taken out. So a couple 100,000 shares got sold at 89. Tried to chew through that price. At this point, the longer it consolidates here, the less you like the dip buy if it's below 80. So I'll probably go ahead and get rid of that notion, at least for now. I still like the same structure going into the afternoon. I want some exposure if 4 even goes and breaks. I'll only have half out of this 380 break to the long side. I also want to get you guys back to Occidental again. The patient play has been better for me. Today only shooting 40%. That would be good if you're playing baseball. That's crap if you're a big man in basketball. And in trading, it's really ho hum, to be honest with you. So the stocks where we had the longer setups, the structured ins and outs, instead of jumping around too actively, have been better for me today. So I'm going to stick with the plan in Oxy. It just got in the money for me, about 30 cents. That wasn't enough. I'm going to stick with the move up to VWAP here if we can get it. Low of the day is going to be my out. But look, it's been a fun one. As we've all been mentioning, do not hesitate to jump right over into our education channel for our volatility halt video. We're going to be live on that chat for you guys to be able to answer any questions you might have as you're watching it. But we need to get to Valeria because I think it's a great day today. It's not one that'll make you hungry, but it's a good one.
Hey trading family, and yes, we will be with you today almost for the whole day. Guys, right after this show, join our premiere video about volatility halts. All of us will be there to help you with the questions. And at 1:45 p.m., join us for the interview with the MindMad CEO. Guys, open both links in a new tab so you won't miss that. And thank you very much for all of the supports, for all of the super chats, likes, and subscriptions. Guys, and as usual, I'm saying what national day is today. So today is the National Best Friends Day. I love that our team and our viewers are the best friends, guys.
All right, yeah, pretty sweet day there. Nice picture there. Best Friends Day. I don't know. I feel like every day should probably be Best Friends Day. Make sure you keep your friends obviously in your mind as we go through here. I know a lot of people not able to see a lot of their friends and family, but we keep all of them in mind. O'Neill and I do a little, I was joined it yesterday. We do like a little conference call with all of our friends. One of our friends joining from Japan yesterday and Philadelphia. Shout out to Brampton as well in the building. Dallas as well. So yeah, some of our friends go back all the way to high school, which for me me and Neil it was just a couple years ago, but
exactly.
For right now, we go backwards and back in time, and always keep in touch with your friends, guys. You never know when the next thing's going to drop.
So speaking on the line of friends, I'm going to give a shout out to one of those friends who was not on the call, Sean, and I know why, because he was celebrating what he liked to call a hole-in-one. A good friend of ours made a hole-in-one, but I'm not a big golfer, but I do understand if you go in the water a couple of times before you make the hole-in-one, that's more of a tin cup. So congratulations, Zane, on that one. It was a fantastic shot either way. I've never hit one, and I probably never will, to be perfectly honest with you. Brennan, I know you're a golfer yourself. How do you do?
I won't even mention. It was in the 90s. We'll leave it at that on the weekend. But
front nine, not bad.
Exactly. Wooden sticks. I guess it was, Neil. The course over in Uxbridge for anyone in the Ontario area. It is a hard course. I can attest. I've played there. But yeah, if you take more than 3 shots to get a hole-in-one, it's not a hole-in-one.
No, you're absolutely right about that. We just sort of kid there, but shout out to you, Zane, anyways. Look, make sure you jump on into our Market Wisdom channel, and Valeria is going to have that link for our video in just about a minute or two. But for the entire team here, it's been a fun Monday. Absolutely make sure you hit that like and subscribe. But down the line, Valeria doing a fantastic job, as always. Give a nice little wave there. My good friend Sean Katina in the corner. I don't even think we got to the fruit salad today.
Oh, crap.
I don't know what's going on here. It's literally full. And we didn't even touch it. There you go. So you have to eat that during, or maybe give an update during our Market Wisdom video coming premiere live in just a minute or so. Brendan Wickens, as always, my good friend at the desk. And I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trade TV Live. Jump over to our premiere in just a minute or so.